Hi and welcome to a whole brand new season of Night of the Jumps, the first round here in the Bavarian capital in Germany. We're in Munich inside the Olympia Halle. We're right now in the pit party. It's about, well actually we're about to go into the competition. It's not very far away. We've had training today. We've seen some big stuff in the training. I'm not going to give away the secret just yet, but we've just seen something for the first time at Night of the Jumps, and I think only a handful of people have ever done what has just been done. You'll probably see it a little bit later on. We also have Freestyle Motocross, BMX, mountain bike, scooter, also in training. We also had an inline skater. We've never had that before at Night of the Jumps. He won't be in the show. It was all just for a little bit of fun. But you can see that on Libor Podmol's new YouTube channel. I think it's called Throttles. It's not out yet, but it's coming very shortly. And I told Libor I was going to throw that plug in because, you know what? It's our 25th year anniversary at Night of the Jumps. Libor Podmol has ridden more Night of the Jumps events than any other rider in the world, 2010 world champion, so he deserved a plug. Why not? Speaking of Libor and becoming the 2010 world champion, he's here tonight. Another rider started their career at Night of the Jumps in 2010. That is the five-time world champion, Maikel Melero. So we've got not one, not two world champions. We've also got Luc Ackermann, of course, the reigning three-time world champion here at Night of the Jumps. This is going to be crazy with those three guys. We also do have some young guns coming back. Jose Mincha, we saw him for the first time last year. I think it was in Hanover. Very last show of last year, last competition. Mincha came, destroyed the place. He then beat Luc Ackermann only 2 weeks ago in Costa Rica. He then beat Maikel Melero last weekend in Spain. With those two guys here this weekend, can Mincha keep that up? Or will the bigger course, more tricks in the run, will the judging be more different here to upset Mincha? We will see how that plays out. Now let's go for a little bit of a walk. Could be a bit tough. We do have the pit party going on. And of course, this is the part that we love doing the most. The fans, the fans get to come in, meet their heroes, get the autographs, get the photos before anything goes down. You don't know what's going to happen in a show. But first, I'm going to find out in the BMX mountain bike or scooter scene, who have we got? We've got a lot of new riders. Actually, we've got a lot of old riders. We do have one new rider. First time at Night of the Jumps. I'm going to throw you straight in the deep end. Lennox Zimmerman, the 17-year-old Red Bull young gun. First time at Night of the Jumps, and you're not on a BMX. What's going on?
So, I switched now from BMX to slopestyle. Big change for me, but it's going great. So, looking for the best, and let's go.
Awesome. How does it feel to be here inside the Olympia Halle and riding at your first Night of the Jumps? What was your thoughts just before you got here?
Actually, I was kind of surprised because I've been here many times for Munich Mesh. It's like a BMX event, so it's kind of crazy to see it from the inside. I'm really hyped for the show. Done many shows, but I think Night of the Jumps is one of the sickest ones because, the setup is looking amazing, so I'm really hyped.
Man, talking about the setup, is there anything that this provides you? I know we've got two new ramps from Dan Miller here. Is there anything that those ramps can provide? New tricks or something different that you can bring for Munich tonight?
We got one small and one big kicker. I have to say the big kicker is big. So, I think there will be some great and big tricks. And I don't want to say too much yet, but stay tuned.
Oh, I like that. Keeping his cards close to his chest. So, for mountain bike, BMX and scooter tonight and for the whole season, the competition has changed. And we'll talk about that a little bit later on during the telecast. So you've got a lot of work tonight. You're up against about 11 dudes right now to make it through to the final. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
Awesome. There we go. So we're finally meeting our new young gun, Lennox Zimmerman, for the first time. I'm going to skip past Leon Binkerbank. I've asked him too many questions over the last year or two. But I'm probably going to say I didn't watch an awful lot of training today. I did get enough. And what I did see, I would say probably the most improved rider from last year to this year. I could be wrong, but from what I saw, Peter Kaska on the scooter from Czech Republic, dude, that didn't look like Peter Kaska from last year. This looked like a whole new beast arrived.
Oh, thank you so much. I have trained a lot to perform better tricks than last year, so we will see how it goes, but I have something on my trick list that I want to perform today, so stay excited.
Ooh, I like that. Now, this trick that you're talking about, you didn't want to say it. I guess I saw it, but you didn't land it in training. How close are you to landing this?
I think it's super close, but it's actually the double cash roll, and I did it like first time into the airbag today, so we will see how it go in the show.
And that's exactly why I said he's probably one of the most improved riders I've seen in a long time. Coming with new tricks, Peter Kaska. Again, we're gonna go back here. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you so much. Enjoy.
Hell yeah! That's what I like to see. Thank you very much, Peter. So, the funny story about Peter Kaska coming here, he was actually the driver for Matej Pekarek last year, I think it was. And Matty asked me, do you think Peter can ride in train? I'm like, yeah, why not? It's cool. Let's see it. The dude is throwing down now. It's so good. He's had a taste of what can happen here at Night of the Jumps, and now he's taking it with both hands. We will see what he gets up to tonight. Now, let's head over. I was talking about Libor Podmol. We've now got the freestylers. Libor Podmol signing away everything. This is a big sign.
This is for my friend here from Poland, for my Polish Pink Panther. Oh.
Whoa, Libor back again in Night of the Jumps, the 2010 World Champion. I've already had a little bit of a chat over there about what you've done in the past. But for you to still be riding freestyle motocross, I know we bang on about age a little bit, but as I know, like, my body feels like it's falling apart, and I've just turned 40. You're over 40.
It's not going to get any better, my friend.
It's not getting better? Oh,
no, but we need to take care of ourselves a bit more. But no, I'm just enjoying my time on the dirt bike. Life is short, and I'm gonna ride as much as I can. And I'm still having a lot of fun, especially here with you guys. And it's a great crew. So,
man, it's so good to see you back here. At the end of last year, you were looking really good on the bike, and we asked the question, what's going to happen in the future with Libor Podmol? And you said something along the lines of, this is the last night of the jumps that I don't do a body varial. Do you remember saying that? And are you going to eat your words tonight?
No, I'm sorry. Now, it was in my mind. I was actually getting ready for practice at home in the last 2 weeks, and I had a vault in my head. I know I can do them, but it was windy one day, then rain the second day, and just I don't want to push it too much, but definitely I would like to spin one this year. Yeah, hopefully it's going to be a Night of the Jumps.
We were talking about this backstage, and we were thinking about it. Your big crash was the vault here in Munich, and I was like, I don't think he would want to do that trick here again. Not like how it ended that last time.
No, it's I'm not scared. I know what I can do. It's just about the practice time on my bike. I was just truly very busy and couldn't find a foam pit time, but now my foam pit is ready, and it's a season is in front of us, so I'm definitely still want to push some limits.
Hell yeah, that's what I want to hear. So Libor Podmol, good luck tonight. Let's see if we'll see the former 2010 world champ in the final.
Yeah, let's see. It's a lot of very good riders here, but I will throw my best run I can do right now, and we'll see what happens.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Libor. All right, I think we're going to have to wrap this up. I'm going to have to run and get over to the studio very shortly. So for everybody who's watching on Instagram or TikTok or wherever you might be right now, we're about to break. We're going to go over to the YouTube Night of the Jumps channel. We'll be there live for the whole event. We will have a small break in the middle, but we'll be live for the whole event. So jump on over now to Night of the Jumps' live YouTube channel, and I'll be there. We also do have the live chat, so jump in there. You can chat between each other. That's awesome. What's even better is we'll throw some of those comments up, and I'll see what you guys are thinking at home. So, guys, that's it for now. I'm going to head to the studio. We'll see you very soon for the start of the show. Hi and welcome. Yeah, I made it all the way over to our Night of the Jumps studio, at least my commentary box. And luckily, I'm not that far away. I'm down on the ground tonight, and behind me, I'm going to have all the action. I guess what you can see behind me, if I look closely, looks like we've got the mountain bike tower. Exactly, we've got that mountain bike tower behind me. The run-up for the 8-meter jacked up, of course, that ramp, because it's going on to the next gen wedge, and the landing because of the next generation freestyle motocross ramp. So that's what's behind me. What you will see tonight is the freestyle motocross competition, mountain bike, BMX, and scooter. And for everybody that I just heard in my ear, that's why I just trailed off there for a second. Everybody who's watching on Instagram and TikTok right now, I'm going to say good night. From there, we're about to close that one down. It's all happening over on the Night of the Jumps YouTube channel. So yeah, jump on YouTube, type in Night of the Jumps, you'll find us. We're live, going right now, and we're going to have chat all night long. I don't know about you guys, but I love seeing what the chat throws up when riders do their runs. You guys generally see things that I don't. I'm probably looking at like a specific trick, or I know what could be coming, and will that happen? I have seen some of the funniest, the best reactions last year, and we're going to do it all again, hopefully a little bit better. So we're not very far away from the kickoff to the opening round of 2025. Night of the Jumps. This is the longest running freestyle motocross series in the world. There's X Games, and that's the big one-off banger every year. Sometimes there's a couple extras. But Night of the Jumps has been around since 2001 with a series every single year. Actually, even 2020, if we want to cast our minds, and I don't really like to because I want to forget about 2020 to about 23. With the COVID years, we still managed to get an event in that year. So we've still managed to keep it all going. And the reason I say that is this is the 25th anniversary year at Night of the Jumps. 2001 was the first Night of the Jumps in Riesa, Germany, which is probably a few hours away from where we're sitting here. We're in Munich, the Bavarian capital in Germany. And our second round of competition, which will be, I think, June the 14th, we will be in Dresden. And that will be the big one. That's the big celebration. Oh, lights are going down. I'm going to stop talking. Maybe somebody turns my light off. We're going to get the show on the road. See you in a couple of minutes. All right, here we go. The show is on the road. The first event for 2025. There was your intro. Thank you very much to Psycho Dolls and the Pyro team. That was nice. I'm sitting right next to one of the flames. That was a nice warm-up. We are coming out of winter here in Germany, though, so it probably didn't really need to be that hot. But that was awesome. It was so good to see the girls back here at Night of the Jumps and to get this show on the road. Tonight, we have Freestyle Motocross, of course. That's what we're all here for. That is why Night of the Jumps exists. And funnily enough, before Night of the Jumps actually happened, the first show was actually with BMX and mountain bikes many, many years ago. So we are bringing more and more riders into the fold from BMX, from mountain bike, and now scooter. And in training, I think if you're already caught up with the intro, we also had an inline skater, Adam Rater from the Czech Republic. He rides with like the Podmol crew, the Podmol brothers, and he's part of that, let's call it, maybe it's going to be a bit more like Jackass style show that Libor's putting together. And as Libor told me, they've already got 5 episodes done. 5 episodes are in the bag. Tonight will probably be the 6th episode, so check that out when it's released. It's called Throttle, I think. Maybe that's just the B name and they haven't actually chosen a real name. At the moment, that's probably what's going to be called, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. Before we get there though, Night of the Jumps. We are going gangbusters on our social. We are putting together a lot more behind the scenes footage that we've never done before. So keep your eyes peeled on this channel, on Night of the Jumps YouTube channel. There will be so much more this year than we had last year. Now, as I say that, we do have the start of the show with Paul Manesse rolling in here to the Olympia Halle, all the way from Marseille in France. Pretty much one half of the NLF Freestyle Motocross team down there in France. The other half is, of course, the veteran, the OG, Brice Itzo. Unfortunately, Brice could not make it tonight, so Paul is flying solo for Team NLF, riding on that Fantic 250XX. I'm going to call that a souped-up Yamaha, which is basically what it is. It's a Yamaha in another brand's clothes with a couple of extras thrown in, but actually they're good extras. I haven't had a chance to ride it, but the boys tell me it is worthwhile giving that one a shot. Speaking of Yamahas, this is Mikolej Tempka, Zapsa from Poland. Now, we saw him last year at almost every show. This year, he has earned his way up to a full season contract. You will see Zapsa at every event. Last year, he was on the Yamaha YZ250. And tonight, as you can see, there's a lot more going on there under that petrol tank. So this is the 450F. He has made the big change. Zapsa is always on fire. You are absolutely right there. He is always on fire. Zapsa's got like one of the best attitudes rolling in to Night of the Jumps. Look at that smile. I don't think I've ever seen him backstage without that big smile on his face. Keeping the Yamaha spirit alive tonight. He made his debut at our final round of 2024. Jose Mincha surprised everybody, ended up on the podium. I think it was in 2nd position. And tonight, we have this new, well, world champion killer at the moment. Jose Mincha, 2 weeks ago, went to X Nights in Costa Rica. He beat Luc Ackermann, if you can believe it. And then 1 week later, he took down Maikel Melero in the Spanish Championships, the CEFMX. So in the last couple of weeks, Jose Mincha has beaten Luc Ackermann and Maikel Melero, 2 world champions. That's 8 world championship titles between them. We may be seeing the start of the next generation of riders coming through. Keep your eyes peeled on this kid, Jose Mincha, on that YZ250. Man, are we going to stop with the Yamahas? Are we going to give somebody else a go here? Oh, sorry, there is a Fantic. Sorry. 1 Fantic, 3 Yamahas right now. This is the longest serving rider at Night of the Jumps. The 2010 world champion. The most checky-check dude you will ever see. This is Libor Podmol. And he has brought himself up from the start of FMX, near on the start of FMX, riding with guys like Jim McNeil, moving over to America for some time, at the same time trying to become the world's best rider, and that's exactly what he did in 2010. Over 40 years of age, he is still riding freestyle motocross. He is still throwing down at every event, and we are very proud to have him here. Philip Podmol, let's go boys, let's send it. Wishing all the best. So it's good to see Libor's brother, Philip Podmol, watching from home tonight, or wherever he may be, actually. Where are you, Philip? Right, next rider up. This is the 5-time world champion from Siles in Spain. The man who has battled with Libor Podmol and Luc Ackermann over the years, Maikel Melero, riding that Gas 450 with enough modifications on there, I think, to see some pretty impressive tricks tonight. He's been working hard. He sent through a couple of videos last week of what he's been doing in the foam pit. I can't wait to see if that happens tonight. From the Czech Republic, our second Czech rider, 2024 Best Whip champion. He ended in 3rd position overall in 2024 in freestyle motocross at Night of the Jumps. Also one of the young guns. He started really young. I think he was maybe 8 years old or 10, doing his first shows at Gladiator Games. That is Matej Cesak, riding that KTM 250SX. Hey, good to see a KTM rider out there. Gas, same thing. It's like talking Fantics and Yamahas right now. Basically the same. Hi, wir sind die aus Dresden. David OG. So there you go, a little bit of German for you. I'm going to try my best. Let's see if I can do that tonight. Our next rider up, our second last rider for the night in this introduction. In 2024, he finished in 2nd position. Consistency pays off. That's all I can say. From this man riding on. Again, the Yamaha YZ250. This is Davide Rossi from Scapaccia in Italy. In the, well, where's he from? Somewhere, Tuscany, in the Tuscan Hills comes Davide Rossi. There is one rider missing from tonight's show, and unfortunately, it is Leo Feeney. He is Davide Rossi's training partner, good friend, but also competitor. Unfortunately, this last week, Leo Feeney had a huge crash. I'll talk about that a little bit later on. So Leo Feeney, unfortunately, will not be with us tonight, but he is okay. That's the main thing. And Leo, we hope you get better. We hope to see you back here at Night of the Jumps very soon. Italy, Milano. That is where Philip is right now. Good to see he's keeping an eye on his brother. Now, oh, MOD, just to go for the next show. There you go. Now, our final rider for the night, the local German here in Munich, The one hometown German rider also happens to be our 3-time reigning world champion on the KTM 450. This is Luc Ackermann. Also one of the young guns in the past. Luc is kind of sitting in that middle way. He has won 3 world titles. He's taken an X Games gold medal. This is the prime of Luc's life. He is taking on the world. He is conquering it. He has the 360 that's even the envy of Bilko. Bilko's definitely done a lot of good 360s. But Luc Ackermann has tricks that no other riders really put together in one run. On the mountain bike, BMX and scooter side, that was Tom Pfeiffer. Rolling in now on the mountain bike. This is the man who put it all together for the mountain bikes, Dan Miller. He has worked harder than any rider in this arena. He put the tower together with the boys, got the ramps put together to send it. That was Jerome Hollinger from Switzerland. Here we go. This is Leon Binkerbank on a BMX and throwing away a backflip to start the show. That was definitely under-rotated. Tonight, there's no real chances to be throwing away the bike. Last year, there was a lot of crashes from these guys. This year, the competition will be one warm-up jump, and then the next 3 jumps will be calculated to find out who will go into a top 5 best trick at the end of the night. Rolling in now, this is Lennox Zimmerman, the 17-year-old young gun from Germany, picked up his Red Bull helmet. Followed in now from the Swiss master, Lucas Huppert. One of the best in the world there, Lucas Huppert, followed by Jimmy Brandt. Another young gun here in Germany, I think 16 years of age. Last year we saw him progress so much from simply coming to do training. He was here for training. He ended up competing in many of the competitions. And Jimmy Brandt will be here for most of the season. All right, that looks to me like Dominic Aird rolling down there. And it was Alejandro before in that full face helmet. Now, whoa! That's Peter Kaska. I'm going to call that a heart attack. Throwing that scooter around like Carey Hart on a Honda 250. And our final rider tonight from Poland, Bart Kotkowski. Flipping his way into the first ever Night of the Jumps for Bart. So let's see how he goes on a whole new setup. New ramp, new landing, new tower. He did tell me it's a lot different to what he's normally used to. Let's see how he goes with this setup throughout the night. All right, that's it. All the guys behind me, they're heading off, going backstage. That's the intro. We're about to get this show on the road, and tonight we'll have 2 qualification groups. So the way we break it up in the freestyle motocross for the qualification, we did the draw last night. Luc Ackermann was last year's winner. Oh, hang on my screen, or maybe you can see it as well. There we go, we've got Marco Rott sitting there closest to the camera. Fabian Bauersachs, who has ridden. Actually, Fabian rode at the very first Night of the Jumps event in 2001 in Riesa, in Germany. And I think Marco Rott may have been a judge also at that event. So we've definitely got some old age there. But at the same time, these guys are sitting here in the arena. We tried this last year. I don't know if I told you too much about it. It was definitely a test. It worked. at home in the United States, joining us as an online judge, another old freestyle motocross rider. Yeah, we've all been there. It's my good buddy, my good pal, from Two Wheels to Freedom, Clint Esposito. He'll be one of our 2 online judges, our second from down in Brazil. He has judged at Red Bull X Fighters. He's definitely done a lot of Night of the Jumps. Jose Gaspar will be there as well. So we've got the 4 judges tonight. Marco, Fabi, Clint, and Jose. And of course, to our Technic team to put all of that together, that it all works out nicely. We did it last year. We had a lot of trial and error. Actually, it was all trial. There was barely an error last year. So we're going to go forward with a little bit more involvement on the online world. Hopefully we can bring in a little bit more with the crowd judging as well. We're testing that in the background. I'll keep you updated if, when, and how that may work in the future. Now, before we get into it, we do have 2 qualification groups. Looks like we're about to start. So Luc Ackermann won last year. Davide Rossi was in second. We did a drawing. It was completely random. 4 riders will be in Davide Rossi's side. 4 riders for the first group, 4 riders for the second. And that way, first and second from last year cannot battle until they get to the final. And in the first qualification group, it will be Libor Podmol, Maikel, Melero, Matej, Cesak, and Davide Rossi. In the second group, which will come after Best Whip, will be Paul Manesse, Mikolej, Tempka, Jose Mincha, and Luc Ackermann. And right there on your screen, the 2010 World Champion. 3-time Dakar Rally competitor. I'm probably going to get this number wrong. I think in his first year he finished 36th out of the Dakar race. To finish Dakar is already an achievement that most people could or would not even bother trying. That's what Libor did in his downtime. He's back. He's in Freestyle Motocross. This is the first run of the night. A world champion is opening the account for 2025. Heel clicker to Indy backflip. Flip lever's still up. 8-meter radius into the next 8. Cordova backflip. Now, tonight we have a couple of 8 meters on the side that Libor's about to hit. There's 2 different 8-meter radiuses. That's for synchro. Front flip ramp, super kicker. On the way back now, we've got the Euro ramp set at 21.5, and there's also a next gen ramp. Supercan backflip. Oh, that trick. Not many riders in the world have attempted that one. It is technical. One-hand Indy, rock solid, landing a little bit deep. Maybe pinning it because this side, whoa, next gen. Double Nac kicking himself off of the seat. Different style as Libor jumps up off the bars. He kicks his seat, goes into the double Nac, nice underflip. Also another trick that not many riders have in their repertoire, especially not to the level of Libor Podmol. I said this last year when Libor came back, and I'll say it again. There's only a couple of guys who can do a really good underflip. Libor's one of them. Andre Villa, another old-timer with one of the best underflips. And Alo Galp, who started all of that. I remember that first one like it was yesterday. Watching that on Freestyle MTX, it's awesome to see. Libor keeping that alive. Cliffhanger backflip. Whoa! 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 Getting all out of control. He was going for the no-hand lander. Decided to come back to the bars. But in that split second, had the bobble, had the wiggles. He couldn't hold on to it. He zigged, he zagged. And unfortunately, he went surfing across this hard flooring with no sleeves. He may have just got himself a couple of extra scratches because we've seen a lot of The BMX guys, when they slide on this floor, they're coming out with a lot of blood. So let's see if Libor is all right after that one, because he's going to be going into the synchro competition later on. This is it, cliffhanger backflip. Let's check the landing. He'd already landed, so he was already thinking about it. He landed, he threw the no-hander because it was already pre-planned. I guess it was already locked in the computer. But the timing was out and he just couldn't get that under control. But this was a really nice run from Libor. Good variety throughout the run. KOD flip there. Wait, hey, Melero's out. I wanted to watch all of that slow-mo. Melero's, yeah, he just wants to go. Ever since Maikel Melero had all of these new Spanish guys riding at his house, it's like it's given him a whole new level of motivation. From Siles in Spain, Resi FMX, Maikel Melero putting together basically the new freestyle camp. Oh, thank you, Maikel. Just give me a little bit of a love tap on the way past there. With a whole bunch of guys down there like Jose Mincha, Pablo Nayet, Costella's there, Mario. Who else? I don't know. There's a whole bunch of guys right now living down at Melero's place, one of the nicest places in the world you would want to ride a dirt bike. I rode there actually a fair few times. And I've got to say, his 9-meter radius ramp, 23 meters, 75 foot, was the best 9-meter ramp to landing, the smoothest I had ever jumped. I'll always remember that one. So, overall, I think I just missed the points. I think it was 217 for Libor. Could be wrong. Okay, here we go. First jump off the night. Nac-Nac front flip to start his run. Have we ever seen a Nac fronty from Maikel Melero? I know we've seen it from Luc Ackermann. I don't know if Melero's done that before here. Nice to see him coming out with something new, something a little bit different. Looks like he's going front flip again. No-handed front flip, perfect. Perfect rotation. This is not his first rodeo. Maybe we'll see a rodeo. Backflip, Cordova, Superman! Oh, how did he get the time to throw that sneaky super flip after that Cordova and actually full extension? Yeah, super sneaky. Nice, vertical, upright, ruler. I had this conversation. I've actually got Max, the commentator, standing in front of me. He's like, what's the difference between a KOD, Tsunami, and ruler? Ruler backflip! Wow. That's all 6 jumps done. He's still got 15, 14 seconds on the clock. He could easily snag 2 more jumps if he wanted to. He's decided he's got something big he needs to do. 2 riders out of these 4 riders will go to the final. So you have to throw down a good run right now if you even think you've got a chance to get to the final. And I would say this is going to be the toughest group. Libor, Maikel, Matej, Davide. Here we go. Front flip, Indy. Oh, perfect. Perfect run from Melero. Yeah. Absolutely perfect. That is the one thing. Okay, there's many things, but that's one of the big things about Maikel Melero over the years. When he comes to the night of the jumps, or X-Fighters, wherever he goes, the tricks are always about perfection, greasing the landing. I guess that's what he's focusing on the most. Putting together a nice, smooth run. Try and keep those judges happy. Try and keep the photographers happy. And I'm pretty sure he will. This is the double up front flip Indy. Plenty of time. greased that landing. Perfect extension. Kind of kept his body a little bit close to the bike. I'm absolutely not picking anything apart on that. He could probably throw that Indy bigger because he had so much time. Started out with the Nac front flip, and that was a good Nac too. Not one of those little play around Nacs where you barely get your tippy toes over the seat. That was full extension leg over the seat of the bike. There's that Cordova to super flip. How he found the time, I do not know. Perfect ruler there, getting that extension, holding it for the split second, and rolling around with the ruler backflip. Guys, at home, what are you thinking already just by seeing the perfection in Malero's run? Libor's run was actually also really good. It was only that last bit on the double up. I almost wish he didn't try to go for that no-hand lander, but it is awesome because I love to see Libor always trying to push something. That is why Libor is one of the best riders in the world. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it pays off. Tonight, it didn't. 249 points to Maikel Melero. So currently, that is the score to beat. Next rider up now, the 2024 Whipmaster, having also competed in X Games in Best Whip, Matej Cesak from the Czech Republic, not too far away from the city of Prague. Matej and Libor living not that far apart from each other. Getting a fair bit of training in, but these boys are on the road so much these days. There's a lot of shows going on. That's the bread and butter. Try and get home, get some training in. But Matej's coming off of an injury. Nice no-handed backflip. Checking out the crowd, pointing at the judges. Marco Rort and Fabian Bauerzacks, he's making sure they're watching. Front flip. Perfect. So Matej Cesak riding on a busted old shoulder. He's not 100%, but still going for that Indy in to the bike to double Nac out as he whipped it out. Let's keep our eyes peeled. I think it's the right shoulder. Heel click at a super flip. A week ago, he came and did a press conference with us in the middle of Dresden. And he could barely, oh yeah, that was that right hand. Staying on the throttle side. He could barely move that shoulder, even after a couple of months off, no surgery, just going au natural. Dead sailor backflip on the return. So he's obviously dealing with a bit of pain right now. But let's throw out a nice fat whip. Best whip. Oh, seat grab backflip. Still reaching down. You could see him shaking that one off just a little bit. Obviously, he knows he's coming in with an injury. Of course he wants to do his best, and you know what? I've had a bad shoulder. I got mine operated on, it worked pretty good. We've seen a lot of riders dealing with shoulder injuries, and it does sap the extension out of tricks. Sometimes you just have to change the trick altogether. Here we go, double up front. Ooh, front flip, no-hander. Front flip. With a baby no-hander there in the middle. Yeah, you can see he's disappointed, but I'm just stoked that he's still there to compete at the World Tour. In pain, in freestyle motocross. This is no joke, this sport. One small mistake could end up costing you time off the bike. This is the last double up, the front flip. No hander, just getting his hands off. That shoulder injury certainly coming into effect on that one. He tried his best throughout this run. It started off really well. No-handed backflip, pointing out to the judges. And this was the front flip, the first of the fronties. Keeping everything together. I love this trick. There's Indy into the whipped out bike, double Nac out. Nice style on that, big extension, clicker, super flip. And this is where it all started to go wrong for the run. The lazy boy flip, let's say coffin one-hander flip maybe. C-grab backflip, still tough tricks to do, even when you're feeling all the pain. So a lot of respect to Matej Cesak for throwing it out there on that run. 205 points. There you go. So currently we have Melero in the lead, Libor Podmol in second, Matej Cesak in third. That's currently in qualification. Top two riders will go through to the top four final. And right now, finishing season 2024 in second position, from Italy, Davide Rossi. One of the nicest guys you will ever meet. But when he puts that helmet on, the inner beast comes out. Now I remember from last year there was a lot of variety in Davide Rossi's run. That may have been the deciding factor, because there was definitely a battle between Matej and Davide Rossi last year. Luc Ackermann, he ran away with the win. But Davide, 2024, second place tonight. To get even to the final, he has to compete against two world champions. Right now, he has to be better. I think it was 217 points. We'll double check that at the end. I don't have the totals on my board, unfortunately. I think it's 217. Let's see, what have we got from Davide Rossi? First jump, no-handed front flip. Perfect, nice extension, good landing. Whoa, first jump on this side, first rider to go for the next gen as their first jump on that side. Everyone's been like working their way up to it. It is a big ramp that Levi Sherwood designed and built. Huge KOD backflip. Fourth jump now. Rolling into this jacked up 8-meter cliffhanger backflip. Almost perfect extension. I mean, it's as good as what we've seen tonight, put it that way. Ooh, stripper backflip. Now there's a backflip combo you don't see very often. Stripper backflip. Almost full extension, nearly there. One end Indy to like kind of rock solid. Was that an Indy? I don't know. I'm kind of sitting like directly under it. I didn't really catch his legs just then. We'll check that out in the slow-mo. Throwing the whips out there. Davide Rossi will be in the best whip competition. That was his +1. All 6 tricks are done. That one was for the fans. So his first 6 tricks will be counted. 7th will be counted too, but it will only be the 6 jumps which will count to his overall score, plus this jump right now. I've already talked about it before. This is called the double up. This is where you want to do your biggest trick. We give them an extra 30 seconds or so to get ready, because this trick is worth double the points. Yeah, it makes sense. Double up, double the points. Let's go. Davide Rossi, front flip, one-handed Nac. Nice. All right. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Can you guys tell me? I know we've got a few freestyle motocross aficionados watching at home. Have we seen a one-handed Nac flip before? Front flip, sorry, one-handed Nac front flip. I don't think so. I have a bad memory, too many crashes. I need you guys to help me out on that one. So I'm going to throw that open to John Matthews if you're watching over there in America. Maybe Clint Esposito as a judge. There it is, one-handed Nac. Whoa. Nice. I love it. He threw that straight away. Now I'd love to. Oh, I didn't see that in the original part. That got almost a little bit out of control on the landing, a little bit nose heavy. Held it together though. But this was a good run. Nice dead body. So there's a little bit of bar tricks in here. Not that many riders do bar tricks anymore. But to see Davide Rossi's versatility, the variety all around the bike, cliffhanger, backflip, that was big. He's a big guy too. So for him to get his frame all the way around, up and down, through on that strip of backflip, a trick hardly anybody does. Looked like it was more like a one-hand grab to kind of Rocky. And a nice little whip to finish it off. Like I said, he'll be in the best whip competition. That's coming up directly after this. That was the qualifying round, first group. And then we will go into the best whip competition. Let's see if we've got the scores for Davide Rossi. I feel like it should be Maikel, Melero and Davide Rossi going to the final. Could be wrong. It's happened many times before. If you've watched Night of the Jumps live stream, you know I'm generally wrong compared to the judges. 231 points. Davide Rossi, so there you go, I was right. Maikel Melero leading that one with 249. 231 points to Davide Rossi, 214 it was to Libor Podmol, and Matej Cesak 205 points. So Maikel Melero, Davide Rossi going through to the top four final. I'm going to bring in a buddy. We have not tested this, so I'm sorry to our technical team. If this works, it works. If it doesn't, I'm sorry. I got my buddy right here. I don't know if our cameraman even knows this is going to happen. Alex Buchholz, all the way from Australia, but all the way really from Dubai to get here for tonight's event. Our reserve rider was going to be here, couldn't make it, unfortunately, Nico Perrier, at the last minute. You're on your way to Russia to go see Jackson Strong, Rob Adelberg. Go have a good weekend.
For some support over in Russia, but you gave me a call and here we are. So
and we got
now we're on a live stream.
Now we're on a live stream, so we're going to commentate the best whip right now. So let's go to the best whip. Maikel Melero, Matej Cesak.
Matej Cesak's always got a big one, eh?
Paul Manesse, Davide Rossi. Oh, Mincha.
Okay.
And Luc Ackermann. Oh,
you know, I was doing practice with these guys earlier and I was like, oh, you got no business with these guys doing these whips.
When we were asking who's going to go on best whip, you're like, no, not a chance.
I'm good.
You're good. You're staying away from that game. All right, what's in here?
Melero rips, dude.
Man, Malero's looking good. Matej always. Paul Manesse, some bum whips.
You know, living over in Australia, we always see these European guys doing these massive whips at Night of the Jumps. It's so cool to actually be here and see it in person. It's like, okay, that's...
They can go. Right now, who's your favourite just from this first session?
You know, I would say Rossi's doing pretty well out there, but Melero's got a big one.
Yeah, he can ping a good whip.
Totally, yeah. That's surprising, actually. I don't want to talk him down, but I wasn't expecting him to be that big.
That's it, and this is best whip. So 4 jumps, but it's only one best whip. So right now we have 6 riders. We're going to go down to 4. 2 will be eliminated.
Okay. I think Malero's in for sure. Rossi, Matej, and I don't know, I've seen Luke do some stuff. Is he going to get a home crowd advantage maybe?
Tough. I reckon Jose Mincha has to be there.
Jose was
so I reckon
too.
what you just said, Mincha, Davide, Matej, Melero.
That's what I think.
I'd probably be going one now.
Totally, yeah.
Which is crazy, because then Luc Ackermann had a pretty big whip. Maybe he's not in. Paul Manesse, not bad, but I don't think he'll be going through. But hey, we're not the judges this time.
Oh, what? I thought we were.
I wish I was. I'm generally wrong in almost every decision. What I sit and see is different to what the judges see.
The broken clock's right twice a day. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
absolutely. So we got the judges will eliminate 2. So Paul Manesse is out.
Bummer.
Luc Ackermann also out.
Okay, we were right then.
So I've actually been right twice tonight. I called Davide Rossi and Maikel Melero for the final. So I've actually been right a little bit.
Maybe there's some batteries left in the clock.
No, that was the 2 times that it was right today.
Okay.
Now I'm going to fudge it for the rest of the night.
Let's go. Who have we got?
All right. So now we've got 4 riders. This will be broken down into 2, and then it will be crowd judged. Then it's not up to anybody else but 10,000 people here in Munich. Maybe 8,000.
No, the crowd is great. I'm actually really surprised how good it is yet tonight.
Mike, I'm pretty pumped on Melero. Matej, always huge.
Nice rear wheel up real high on Matej's lip, so that was good.
Oh!
All right, I think Jose might have it.
Now, if he had Edgar Torrenteras' gear on, I'd say that he looks like Edgar.
Yeah, it's funny though how they ride together.
Davide Rossi, nice turn down. I'd say Rossi's turn down was better.
Honestly, it's those first 2. I think it's between Melero and Jose.
Melero, the 2 Spanish guys.
Yeah.
Wow, here we go. Whoa.
Okay, that might hurt him a little bit.
Whoa. Oh, man.
Oh, man. He rides with Edgar every day.
It looks like it. But actually, he rides with Melero every day. Whoa, Matej, that was big. So it looks to me like Matej has just the one style. Matej's just the same.
Just a big rear wheel up real high.
Yeah. Whereas the other guys are kind of going for a bit of variety. All right. I'm going to call Matej and Mincha.
Yep.
What are you going?
Melero really got hurt on that last one for sure when he just did it with what we call a bum whip. But
Yep, absolutely. What do you reckon?
How's that?
Mincha and... You're not a bet man, are you? Matej?
Yeah.
All right, so there we go. Both of us going at Mincha and Matej.
You definitely, when you're looking from the crowd and you see some of their rear wheel as high as he gets it on a whip, it's hard to... Okay, Melero's out, That bum whip definitely hurt him.
Yep.
Because up until then, honestly, I think he was leading.
He was pretty good, actually. That first whip, the first one was a banger. Unfortunately, Davide Rossi not able to make it to the final, so now this is not on us. This is not on the judges. Top 2.
So they go again now?
Matej Cesak versus Jose Mincha. The crowd will determine the winner tonight.
I personally liked Jose Mincha's variety in his whip.
Yeah.
So hopefully the crowd can see that. But Matej, he's got the big one.
Yeah.
The big one.
The big one, exactly.
Yeah.
It's the one and done. But
seems to pull it off in every jump though.
Yeah. That's how you go to X Games.
Yeah.
So
where's his invite? What's going on?
No, he was there last year or 2 years ago maybe.
Okay.
Matej's already done that one.
All right.
Tick that box. There you go. Big old look back. Throwing that 1 foot off.
You know what I noticed about Matej? Sometimes he still lands a little sideways too.
Yeah. So Matej again, same style.
Big old Larry look back.
But Mincha goes turn down.
Yeah.
So Mincha
both checking out what the hot dog stand's doing.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of up for that right now. Nice. So Matej.
That was sweet.
That was big.
Jose's my guy.
I'm on Jose, Team Jose Mincha right now. Nice.
Oh yes. Yeah. Close the door.
Yeah.
Show's over.
Yep. Mate, the ball's already run. It's already out of the gate. I'm going to call it.
Yeah.
I don't even care what I do care what the crowd thinks. But in my mind, in your mind, I guess we're going Mincha.
Yeah, look, they're doing what we can't, so.
That is an understatement and a half. I was like, bum whips, that was about it.
I don't know. I used to be able to do an all right turn down when I was younger, but yeah, a couple of landing sideways and scaries.
That's it. All right, let's check out the slow-mo replay.
Yeah, nice style.
That one, that one legger almost slowed that down. Like, almost feel like if he kind of stayed with the bike, could have got a bit bigger. This is the turn down.
Lovely. Stalls it out. Hits the back brake while facing backwards.
Matej's just got such a different style. I've never seen any rider
really gets into it
like that.
Yeah.
Very much his own. Mincha behind. This is tough, actually.
I don't know. I reckon our angle is probably the best from down here on the floor. We've seen some big...
Yeah, I almost want to say sorry to you guys at home because that's a massive turn down.
It's stylish as it comes.
I don't feel like you're seeing the angle we're seeing. We're on the ground, kind of underneath.
Got it.
One of the ramps? No, this is the get the crowd cheered up.
I said he's got it. Just look at that. Listen to that.
Yeah.
Listen to that.
And maybe the crowd gets to see it, but I think for you guys at home with that camera angle, I don't think you got the best angle of that. So that was the crowd determination for Mincha. What's it sound like for Matej? Oh, whoa!
I still think that Mincha's was a little louder. A little louder.
I've got one ear off, one headphone ear off to listen. That was loud. Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
There we go, Jose Mincha.
Well done, dude. Well done.
I don't know if you guys noticed Max, our commentator, in that up-close shot, but he kind of just looked over at us, almost like, can you guys judge?
Yeah.
Like, he just looked at me and I just gave him the shrug. I'm like, man, the crowd was loud for both. For me, it was Mincha.
Totally well deserved.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think the variation in his whips is what did it for him.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think the variation, drop the 1 foot, like it was just a little bit different, whereas Matej...
Turn down, seat bounce, racer whip, no footer whip, he did a lot.
Absolutely.
Yep.
We've got some comments now. Mincha the best. Yep, well, you got that right.
Yep.
Tick that box. Now it's time for the trophy. Ooh. First best whip trophy of the year, Jose Mincha.
Must be nice to have one of those.
I don't think you'll be up for that one in the near future, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Not to put you down, but I think we need to go back to Dubai, get that training section place up and running.
Yeah, I don't know.
Get some whips that now.
Yeah, whipping on the sands is not as easy as whipping on ramps. So.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
But we will see you a little bit later on. We do have the synchro competition. You'll be out here.
Yeah, there's a little secret.
Zapsa.
I've got my boots on.
Oh, can you see that on the screen? Yeah, pair of Tech 7s just kicked my cable.
Okay.
Yeah, you're all right. I'm still online. So, Bucky, first time here at Night of the Jumps.
Yep.
At the start, I did say you're on your way to Russia.
Yeah.
Very quick diversion to come here. It's a pretty whirlwind trip. How does it feel to like just change your plans, turn up here with like 3 days notice?
Yeah, it wasn't easy, honestly, and I was a little stressed out. I had a bit of a stressful morning. I was, let's say I had a rough night in bed, didn't get much sleep, was some things coming out of areas they shouldn't have, and but anyways, we got through practice, feeling good. My role here is a reserve rider, so if the unfortunate thing happens where someone goes down, I'm ready to step in, and thankfully all my friends here are all good, and I get to sit back and watch, but I'm going to jump in on the synchro and final bomb and say thanks to the crowd that came out and said g'day to me in the pit party, and
That's awesome.
I'm keen.
I'm so pumped to see you. Yeah. This is awesome. At the minute, you are living the dream, traveling the world. Yeah. And here you are at a moment's notice. So thank you very much for that. You did say you are the reserve rider, which means if anything happens to somebody's bike right now, Paul Manesse is out on the ground, like he's out here about to do his run. if something goes wrong, you need to be ready. So I'm going to let you go.
I better go.
Just in case anything happens.
And there's a run on. So thank you guys.
Somebody's run or can't do their run. Thank you very much, Bucky. You.
That was awkward.
You were still on. He's just looked at me like, yeah, I knew I was going to do that to you. That was awkward with the on-air mic. No worries. Thank you very much, Bucky. So right now, from Marseille, France, on the 8-meter ramp that actually a lot of the riders hate, Paul Manesse throwing down some backflips. It's funny, you can have all the ramps side by side, they look the same, but none of them ever will feel the same. And funnily enough, Paul Manesse taking the ramp that nobody likes. Does that come into the judges' thinking, knowing that most of the guys don't touch that ramp? It's got a funny little pop to it. And Paul's out there, Indy flipping it. Hang on, whoa, one flip lever up. What does that mean? Oh, backflip. Saran-wrap, that's why there was only one flip lever up, so he could get his foot through the bars, candy bar style, and then sweep his leg out to the side, take one hand off, hopefully not get caught up, and unfortunately got a little bit either caught up or just didn't get back to the pegs in time to make that landing. So I'm just watching Paul, he's actually about to ride past me now. I'm just kind of watching his body movements. It looks like he's not going to go for it. It looks like that double up is probably not happening. Nope. Nah, he's going to call that one on that crash. He definitely, luckily, on the landing, it looked relatively good. He still ended up on the floor, probably took the wind out of his sails just a little bit. This is the trick that he just went down on. Nice! Saran-wrap backflip. Oh, that's what it was. Went one-handed all the way, but came up short on that step-up landing. That landing is a meter higher than the other one. So you always have to kind of keep your wits about you that you could be coming up a bit short, you could be landing earlier than you expected, and that's what happened that time. He went there for the Cordova backflip. Turned into a shin scrape, he didn't get the full extension. Now, if somebody told me that was Brice Izzo on that Sideshow, I would have believed it. That looked almost exactly the same as his training partner and show partner at home there in France for Team NLF. And unfortunately, Paul Manesse not finishing his run, not able to make it to the double up with 134 points to his name. Right now, from Poland, they call him Zapsa. Last year, Zapsa came for one event. He turned up with the best attitude in the world. He turned up with the idea that he would just try every ramp that was sitting in front of him, whether he had ever jumped one before or not, and he impressed everybody, and he's coming out now in 2025 with a full season contract and starting his run with that cliffhanger perfectly executed on a brand new bike. He's moved from his career on a YZ250 two-stroke, and this is the first time competing on the 450 four-banger. He's got the Yamaha tractor, no-handed backflip. I always find that it's tough to go from the bike that you know, and you know the feeling of it, you know the speed of it, the acceleration on the ramp like the 250 two-stroke. Switching over to a 450 is completely different. Now he's had to adjust. He's only had a few months in a very cold Polish winter. Super flip. Ooh, a little bit short. Whisky throttling it. It turns out that brand new bike Does have good brakes, luckily. And he had a mile of runoff here in Munich in the Olympiahalle. Some of the venues last year, and actually I think some this year, are so small, he would have hit the wall halfway before he even braked on that one. Mikolej taking Libor Podmol's version of doing a double Nac, kicking off the seat. Looking like he's learning from the master from the Czech Republic. Adding a little bit of spice to this meal. Zapsa FMX. First run on the 450, kicking that Indy backflip. It started to get a little bit tweaked out, twisted up. He's a pretty big guy, actually. So the 450 will probably do him the world of good, but he's definitely going to need a little bit of time to get used to the power delivery, used to how the bike feels in the air. The 450, it's generally much more stable in the air than the old 250. There's always a plus and there's a minus to everything. And right now, first run of the season, Zapsa. Yeah, buddy. There we go. I got him in the background. Zapsa throwing down with that big old Indy backflip on the double up. Nice. You can see you getting a little bit tweaked. Maybe it's just this angle I'm sitting on, like we talked about in the best whip. From my angle, I thought that was getting way out of control. But watching there in the slow-mo, not too bad. Danny, good vibes, good vibes. I am with you on that. Tonight, this is all about the good vibes here inside the Olympiahalle. The first round of Night of the Jumps, heel clicker backflip for Zapsa. Super flip. You could tell he was going for more extension. Whoa, there he goes. Ride that buck and bronco all the way down. Nice Cordova backflip. 190 points to Zapsa. But there's two more riders in this group. This is going to be tough. You're probably going to have ears bleeding with the next two riders when I go over the top. I don't want to. I don't want to do it to you. But this is one of the most exciting guys in freestyle motocross right now. We saw him with the best whip trophy about 10 minutes ago. Can he leave tonight, the first round of Night of the Jumps of the World Tour, with the big trophy in freestyle motocross? We've got qualification and finals. Before we get there, let's not get ahead of ourselves. He finished second at his first ever Night of the Jumps last year in Hanover. Tonight, Jose Mincha from Spain. Ooh, front flip ramp, I think. Flip levers are up. Here we go, first ramp. Nac-Nac front flip. We've seen that from Maikel Melero. Oh, so these guys ride together. Huge, whoa! Flatliner, that was not a double Nac. That was not a 9 o'clock, not from my angle. That's a flatliner. Everything flat, not many guys in the world get it that big. Huge Indy front flip. That was Melero's double up. That's what Melero used as his best trick to get double the points. Mincha's throwing it down on his third jump. Whoa! Lazy boy flip. I did not think he got the rotation on that. As he came out of the ramp, I felt like he might have just missed all the rotation. But he somehow tucked in, got the lazy boy done. Massive suicide no-handed fronty. Whoa! This is a run and a half. Bar hop. Are we going to go Shaolin on that backflip? Definitely bar hop. Are we going to up the extension? We'll check that out in the slow-mo replay. What do you guys think at home? He is pumped. He had the extra time, and like Melero, playing it smart. So obviously, Maikel Melero has been definitely an influence on Mincha, calming him down, because it looks like this guy could get wild. Oh my God, we got another front flip. Oh, front flip Cordova. First time ever at Night of the Jumps. Front flip Cordova on the double up. This is qualifying. This is qualifying. What are you doing? This is insane. I was pretty sure he would be getting through to the final before that double up. Maybe if things were tighter with Paul or Zapsa, he might have needed to do that. I guess it was already written down on the run list on his bar pad. He went for it. This is it, first ever front flip Cordova at Night of the Jumps. Jose Mincha landed it perfectly. Nice extension, fronty, not bad. Landed a little bit deep, but man, what a way to start his run with that Nac-Nac front flip. That's the start. Then he went into this huge flatliner, Tom Pages style almost, Indy front flip. That was big. That was definitely good extension on the Indy front flip. This was the lazy boy, laying so long on the seat, hands on the rear fender, and that was that suicide no hand fronty. Shaolin backflip. Yep, there we go. We're talking about that in the run. That was a Shaolin backflip. Whoa. The most points so far was Maikel Melero, 249 points. It doesn't matter right now what the points are. It just gives us a bit of an idea. 259 points. 10 on the master, Melero. Jose Mincha, 259 points from that run. The reason I said it doesn't matter to what Melero did is because this is a second qualification group. Scrub the points from the first round. That was the first round. This is the second round. The judges will just be tinkering with their points throughout the night because they need to get a level. What are they going to see? We didn't know we were going to get a Cordova front flip just then. And now, Luc Ackermann, the three-time world champion. One of the most dominant riders in the world of freestyle motocross. From Niederdola in Germany, the only local hometown hero, Luc Ackermann, rolling in on the KTM 450. We didn't know what to expect from Mincha. We saw something brand new. Luc Ackermann, will we get the same? And I think I need a break. I really need a break soon because this is getting out of control. Oh, we haven't even finished qualification. And we've got a long night of competition left. We've still got the synchro comp, we've got the finals, we've got mountain bikes, BMX and scooter coming back. But before we get there, Luc Ackermann's qualification, huge ruler flip to open his account for 2025. That is massive, rolling around now on the next gen ramp. Holy grab! He has really upped his game in the seat grab tricks. Now coming back, front flip, no-hander. Nice landing. The reason I keep talking about the landing, a lot of the guys can get stalled out on a fronty or over-rotate. 360, looking back at the ramp, stalling it out. So far tonight, we've seen perfect front flips. That is not always the case. But tonight, seat grab Indy backflip. from Luc. First seat grab Indy flip we've seen tonight from any of the riders. Heel clicker to KOD back. Whoa! Here we go! He held on to that one. That was not simply a clicker to super flip. That was a clicker to KOD. I don't think I've seen any other rider in the world pull out a KOD that big after a clicker flip for that combo trick. Now it's time for the double up. You can see him testing out the suspension. Double backflip! I don't know if I would do that when I was not certain about my forks. I don't think that would be a really good idea. But Luc Ackermann just about crashed. He sat there pulling on his forks, pulling on the handlebars as if something's wrong. He went slowly towards that ramp, almost questioning if he should do something this dumb. And he did. The double backflip from Luc when probably was not the best time to be throwing that out. On a double flip, on just about any trick, you don't want to be second guessing anything. You want to be feeling 100%. And Luc went in there at 50-50, we're going for it. And this was the first double of the season. So far, the only rider to hit that super kicker at 14.5 meters, about 49 feet, 45 feet, I don't know. Huge holy grab there from Luc. On that next gen ramp, front flip, no-hander, held the no-hander, landed it nicely, 360, stalling that out. Nobody, and I mean nobody, has done a 360 in the world where they get to stall it that easy like Luc Ackermann does. This was it, the heel clicker to KOD flip, just didn't get his feet back on the pegs, and he just about took that one into the wall. Luckily, again, here in Munich, this is a big arena. There's about 15, 16 meters of runoff before the wall. And there you go, 264 points, wow. Oh my God. The points are so close right now. 264 points to Luc with the mistake. Jose Mincha, perfect run, 259 points. 190 to Zapsa, Mikolej, Tempka, and 134 to Paul Manesse. Wow. Now, what that tells me is, if I look at the points from Quali Group A, Quali Group B, the points will change. They're still roughly in the same area, and these points will not matter when we go to the final. But what that's telling me is, roughly Mincha is just above Melero, of course. As it says, Alex Rodriguez, Mincha the best, like Adigas Casal. And what that tells me is, Mincha is only 5 points away from Luc Ackermann. He's close. Maybe he's going to have to bring out a little bit more in this final. Maikel Melero, this is going to be tight. Up against the protege that lives and rides with him. But now it's time for the mountain bike BMX and scooter competition. That's Dan Miller. So they will have one pracky jump. That's a good practice. Double backflip from Jerome Hollinger. So one warm up and then all three jumps will be judged. Well, that's okay. It's a warm up. Just because everybody else has come out firing doesn't mean you have to. Leon Binkerbank now on the BMX, double backy as well. Man, he shot out almost to the flat. How did he pick up about 4 more meters of distance than everybody else. Lennox Zimmerman, also double backy. Moving from the BMX over to the mountain bike. And now Lucas Huppert. Nice. Alejandro Bonifay there. 360ing his way through. Jimmy Brandt, the youngster, single backy, landing at the top. Was that on purpose to get ready for maybe a bounce? Maybe, maybe not. Peter Kaska, the Czech. Scooter rider, the first of the scooter riders, taking that backflip to his back. And for the first time at Night of the Jumps, Bart Kukovski, backflip, nice. So that was the warm-up. Now it's the competition. All three tricks will be scored. I'm not sure if we will get the scores. I think what we will get is simply the top 5 names at the end. I could be wrong, but I think that is how this part of the show will work. Tom Pfeiffer doing his best Luc Ackermann impersonation by ruler flipping the mountain bike there. What a way to start his run. No-handed front flip. Dan Miller wheeling out of it. Last year, we saw the guys going big. Whoa, double backy with that was a can in the middle. Throwing the can in the middle, Jerome Hollinger. And Dominic Ed, whoa. Xing it up, canning it out. Now Leon Binkerback. On the BMX, front flip. Front flip. Ask Grazer for the landing. Taking a little bit of burn from that big airbag top sheet. Lennox Zimmerman, front flip no-hander, perfect landing. First time we've seen Lennox Zimmerman here at Night of the Jumps. Also, a young gun, another young German. There's a lot coming out of Germany right now. I'm not sure what it is. They're all just coming out of the woodwork. Now it's Alejandro Bonifay. Oh, yeah, wheelie. Wheelied out of it. I was pretty sure he had that one landed. Maybe the wheelie was just for a little bonus extra points there. Jimmy Brunt. Now, double. 1, 2, no more tail whips. Peter Kaska now. This is the first, the first counting trick from him. Double backflip. And as I said at the top of this show, Peter Kaska, I would say, probably the most improved rider I've seen out of everybody. I love that lazy backflip. That is so slow. It looks like he has no rotation. And in the end, he somehow pulls it all in. Tom Pfeiffer now, second round, front flip, front flip with a double no-hander. No-hander to the bars, back for the no-hander, back to the bars. Dan Miller. Cash roll. Nice. Dan has spent, all of yesterday building up this mountain bike, 10-meter high mountain bike tower, the ramps, getting everything sorted for the guys. Nice 360 downside tail whip. Dan Miller rolling in beside me. Dan, how was that?
Perfect. Super good crowd here, good atmosphere. Let's go. Let's go to you.
Oh, there we go. One more jump. Get up there, buddy. He's got one more to go. love having these guys roll in to this well, not a makeshift studio. It's just I'm on the ground right now. I got the best seat in this house, apparently, especially for best whips. But it is good to get some riders just rolling by, joining in, impromptu double backy with a can from Lennox Zimmerman. So we've got Tobias Freigang. I know he's at the top. He's judging. I think our freestyle judges might also be in on this one as well. Fronty. How many bar spins did Hoopy throw in on that one? He only just got it around. Kept that one tight. Alejandro Bonifay won the most events last year. Is that Twister from Bonifay? This is only qualification. This is just the start. Jimmy Brandt, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he's going for that triple tail. Triple tail whip. He landed it last year. He worked on that all season. He landed it at the final event in Hanover. Oh, Peter Kaska, nice. Riding with Matty Pekarek. Unfortunately, Matty Pekarek unable to join us tonight here in Munich, but I'm sure still watching on. Bart Kotkovsky. Backy with a triple bar spin. First time at Night of the Jumps. He told me this is not the same as his normal setup because we've got a freestyle motocross landing. There's no resi mats here. There's no easy slide out. If you make a mistake, you can grip and get thrown over. Or just take a lot of top sheet burn home. Tom Pfeiffer double backflip. Perfect. Tom has something extra in the tank, but I don't know if this is the right setup for him to do that tonight. Front flip from Dan Miller. So Tom Pfeiffer's been working on something. We will see if he gets through to the final. I hope he does. I think he could. Oh man, Jerome Hollinger. He has surprised me. Oh, he threw that one away at the end for the crowd. Also, man, he has stepped it up from the very first time we saw him with Reto Heine in Zurich, Switzerland last year. Jerome Hollinger has stepped it up big time. Reto Heine was a chance to come ride with us this weekend. Unfortunately, he is busy with work back in Switzerland. Oh, Leon. This is, well, I'm not going to say that it's not normal. Leon definitely had a lot of big crashes last year, but he was always in the final. This time there's a full qualification and he may not get to the final with this list of riders right now. Lennox Zimmerman, because Leon's got some bangers. And if he doesn't get to the final, not only is he going to miss out on throwing down big tricks, we're going to miss out on seeing it. Oh, will we see the big man there? Lucas Huppert, Twister. That was like he got an extra 5 meters of height out of that lip that nobody else has got tonight. That was massive. Now Alejandro Bonifay. Cash roll, front flip, bounce, threw it away. I don't care. I don't care. Couldn't care less that he threw that away. I just want to see Alejandro go big at Night of Jumps. Triple tail whip. Oh! So close for the youngster. So close. You could just see he was just like leaning in towards the end, but he stayed with it as long as possible. Peter Kaska now, whoa! Oh, that was awesome! What was that? Was that like... I don't know scooter terminology. Don't kill me. I know we've got a lot of scooter fans watching these days. Ooh, Bart Kukovski, what a way to come to Night of the Jumps. First ever time. Nice run. And Peter Kaska, I'm going to call this an FMX terminology. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry to the scooter community. I don't know the name. But it looked to me like a backflip heart attack, but like a scooter version. And that was sick. That was so damn good. All right, we've got all the right... Oh, hey, I'm back on screen. G'day, good to see you again. What do you guys think? Have you guys had a good time at home watching this Night of the Jumps YouTube live stream? I hope your comments are still coming through thick and fast. We'll put them up very shortly. Again, I'm sure that was Tom Pfeiffer, Dan Miller, Jerome Hollinger. I said before, Peter Kaska, probably the most progression since we've seen him last year. Man, Jerome Hollinger just in a very close second, I think, behind him already. Leon Binkerbank, and he threw that last one away. That's going to hurt because every jump was counted in that qualification. Lennox Zimmerman, first time we've seen Lennox here at Night of the Jumps. We've seen this man before, Lucas Huppert, twisting his way through the air here inside the Olympia Halle, and Alejandro Bonifay went for the cash roll to fronty, almost like, yeah, fronty with a twist. Jimmy Brunt going for that triple tail whip, just couldn't get back on. Peter Kaska, this is what I was talking about. What is that? Is that like heart attack backflip? I don't know. Scooter guys, anybody who can give me the name, throw it in the chat. I don't know what it is. I'm sorry. I admit my failure. Throw it in the chat if you know what it is. If you don't, I'll go find out what it was because that was awesome. Right, we're now in the break. About 15, 20 minutes. We'll go off to a break, give these guys a chance to bring that heart rate down. Give me a chance to bring my heart rate down. Grab myself a breath. I definitely need another Red Bull because that's done. So guys and girls, everybody at home, go and grab yourself a drink, get another snack, get ready. Right, let's have a look at this. The chat's coming through. Amazing show and unmatched stunts. Thank you very much, Sylvia Heirot. Thank you very much, Sylvia, for your messages. And actually, I was talking to Libor before, and he said that Philip was, obviously sending some photos, and then he was commenting in the chat. And he said Philip was actually having a couple of close calls as well at his show this weekend. So it's cool that somewhere in the world there's a Podmol riding a dirt bike everywhere you go. That's awesome to see. You've got the Podmol brothers out in force. And here at Night of the Jumps, we are about to get started in the second half of the show. This time, we will be coming into the Freestyle Motocross final, top 4 final, MTB BMX Scooter with their top 5 final. We've got Synchro coming up in a second, and we've also got the FTA Trampoline competition with Bryn Lieben, Nicholas Disler, Yuri Iflader. Oh, I think I've butchered that name already, Yuri. Sorry about that. And Vince Berchtold from Liechtenstein. But before we get started, as you can see on my screen and yours, we've got Synchro about to go down, and in the blue corner on your left on the screen, the man who came and joined me for the best whip commentary. That was very ad hoc. It was awesome to see. Bucky came out here. Alex Buchholz from Australia. Last minute call. As the reserve rider, he was on his way to Russia. And I'm sorry, buddy. I called him up. He changed his flights. Diverted. Here he is on a brand new bike. Couple small problems there. We had to get that one fixed throughout yesterday and today. Everything's going good. Unfortunately, it was also a bit cooked through the night. So hopefully Bucky, up against it with only a couple of days notice of even being here. Some small bike dramas and some small health dramas. But he's all right. He's ready to go, and he's out here with Mikolej, Zapsa, Tempka. So this will be the first of the Synchro groups. 2 teams tonight. Sometimes 2, sometimes 3. Tonight there's 2 teams. They will have 2 runs at it, 2 laps each. And they're up against a bloody hard team, I can tell you. But synchronicity, whoa, perfect synchro. Seat grab Indy to start. Perfect timing on the jumps. So Bucky taking the lead on the train. Backflip, backflip. Okay, right, this is the warm-up run. This is the warm-up for these boys. At the moment, I mean, first jump, perfectly timed. Zapsa on the 450. Bucky on the 250. Bucky taking that inside ramp. Like I said, Nac-Nac backflip. Bucky taking the inside ramp that everybody hated. Zapsa went, nah, you're taking that side. I'm going to go the good side. He's the veteran here at this point at Night of the Jumps. Bucky now in front, heart attack. Oh, Zapsa through the big one-hander, dead sailor out. He missed it. Looked like both of the boys just weren't feeling that one on the way back. Anyway, that's a warm-up. It's a throwaway. They've got one more shot at it. Unfortunately for them, unfortunately for Bucky and Zapsa, they are up against possibly the hardest team you'll ever see. Here we go. First, wow, that was perfect. I mean, it wasn't the biggest trick in the world, but it was perfectly timed. Seat grab Indy. Should make for a good photo. Backflip on the return, just getting that little setup. Nac flip. Not bad on the timing. A little bit different styles between Zapsa and Bucky, but not too bad. Anyway, this is just coming back from a break. the guys are cooled down a bit too much. They need to warm up, have a stretch, get that first little ride out of the way, and let's see how we go on this second run from them coming up very shortly. Anna Tempka. Great to see some family joining to watch here on the YouTube live stream. Zapsa. Zapsa, I think, actually on the chat ends up with probably the most fan base. I don't know if half of Poland tunes in for every Night of the Jumps event, but it seems to be a lot of love for Zapsa in there. I can see why. He's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. Happy as a lamb, clam. Geez, blew that. And here is the second team. 6 World Championship titles between them. Maikel, Melero and Libor Podmol, no-handed backflip. Melero getting a little bit quick out of the corner there on the gas, 450. Libor, YZ 250, so both 450, 250 combo. Nice, no-handed catwalk, no-handed running man. Fred, no, that was the, yeah, Flintstone. Why does, I said Fred, oh my God. Flintstone, if you want to call it that. Old school trick names there. Indy backflip. Nice, that was a lot better on the second one. Tighten it up. Here we go on the train return. Actually, I'd love to see the next gen in the 8 meter as a synchro one day. Rock solid, rock solid. Rock solid effort from 2 world champions. I feel like this grouping may be a fraction unfair. 2 world champions versus the 2 young guns here at Night of the Jumps. But hey, it was almost like rock, paper, scissors. Who's going in the teams? This is how it played out. First jump, no-handed backflip. Melero just sneaking out a little bit ahead. Just got a nose ahead there of Libor on the way through. No-handed. Oh, no-handed caddy. Libor showing how to run through the air. Trying to pick up as many steps as possible on his health app, on his phone, on his watch. Nice Indy flip. Rock solid now. Perfect and perfect. Well, what would you expect? You couldn't expect any worse from 2 of the best riders or 2 of some of the best riders who have ever lived. The commentator makes a great, wow, thank you, wow. Maximilian Turk, how much do I owe you? The commentator makes a great job, absolutely insane show, I love it. Hello from Prague. Oh, I can't wait to go back to Prague. I love it over there. Maximilian, man, what do I owe you for that comment? That was nice. Cheers, thanks, buddy. I'm trying my best to not lose my voice. That's about where I'm at right now. I just about blew out by the end of Mincha and Luc's battle in the qualification. I could already feel my throat starting to go. Well, yeah. Need to calm down just a little bit. Here we go. No time to calm down because we're on the second run of the synchro comp. Oh, sorry, not Zapsa, Bucky. Bucky got way out ahead, and I don't know if he knew that he was so far ahead that he thought about his speed more than his trick. Smart enough to decide to throw the trick away and just be safe. Sometimes you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, and that was actually probably a smart move. And that is actually a difficult part about this. I probably haven't even ever spoken about it, but having somebody in your peripherals, Nac-Flip, going side by side, jumping towards the same target, you're kind of hoping the guy that you're riding with isn't going to veer left or veer right, coming your way, hard attack. Oh, a nice little scorpion on that one. You kind of wonder, does it distract you that much? Sometimes it does. More in a train. Like when you're doing a backflip train, you're upside down and you're looking back, but you're looking at your buddy upside down maybe doing a ruler flip or something right behind you. Oh yes, you can see Bucky. He was going for something and he decided, no, this is not the time to go for that trick. And definitely took the smart option, bailed out of it. Right on, live to ride another day. Nac flip to finish. Now it's time for Maikel Melero. Libor Podmol on that Indy flip. I'm going to turn around now and watch this from the side. Now I'm going to call the difference on that. Melero's is more like a no-handed double can Indy. He's not really running beside the bike, whereas Libor is just sprinting like Usain Bolt, trying to get to the end of his 100-meter dash. Roughly the same trick, but not the same, if you know what I mean. Oh! Oh, look out! I didn't know that was coming. Front flip, back flip, side by side. I love to see a surprise in the middle of this show. Rock solid and a rock solid to finish. Well, thank you very much to Melero and Podmol for mixing things up, because I did not expect that. That was cool. Was it a no hand from both of them? I didn't even realize. As soon as I kind of saw the Melero was heading towards that middle ramp, the front flip ramp, like, did he think about this? I hope he has. Indy backflip to start. Pretty good. Again, Melero, just the nose in front. You can see that was more like an Indy no-handed versus Libor Podmol's running man no-hand. And there we go, front flip and back flip, no-hander from both of these guys. Turning it on. Not only are they world champions, well, you can tell they're showmen here for this Munich crowd. And for you guys, of course, at home on the live stream. That was cool. I like that. But I don't know why. Like, it's not even... Why would it be a surprise for me, really? But we've seen so many backflips, so many upright tricks. Like, okay, it's kind of going to be the same. Bringing something different. Mix it up. Change the game. That is actually how those two guys are. They definitely mix freestyle motocross up over the years. Libor Podmol has been one of the most exciting riders in the last 20 years. You never know what Libor would do. Maikel Melero. I mean, I would say Maikel Melero is in a group of riders that has the most variety in the world. There's definitely a couple of guys in that group. Maybe guys like Clinton Moore, Tom Pages, so much variety. Maikel Melero in his own way, so much variety. Sometimes you get guys who only do backies, or maybe they might throw in a front flip or a double backflip as something a bit different. Whereas Melero is everywhere. He's got almost every rotation, upright, through the bars, whatever it may be. And there we go. The veterans. Libor Podmol, 2010 world champion, the year Melero started at Night of the Jumps, and Maikel Melero, 5-time world champion, taking the Synchro Prosecco. And Psycho Dolls were unfortunately in the wrong place, so they've been sprayed as well. But, you know, they probably expected that was going to happen, especially with these guys here. And, of course, our man, I don't know if you just saw that on your screen, Tia down there as well, one of our backstage. Well, actually, he's one of the managers now at Night of the Jumps. He's been there since the first round in Riesa in Germany, 2001. And this year we will be talking a lot about the history of freestyle motocross at Night of the Jumps. That's why we're here, 25 years, and Tia has been there, I think, for every single round since the first one. So there you go, synchro competition. Melero, Podmol, the winners. Jose Mincha, the best whip winner so far tonight. And now we're going to go in to the FTA, Freestyle Trampoline Association trampoline competition. As the guys come out, they've already flipped. You guys haven't even seen on the screen. They've already done about 5 flips on the ground before they got there. Hopefully they don't go too hard on the ground before they get to the tramp. So here we go. Now it looks to me, I don't have my glasses on, but it looks to me like we've got Nicholas Dissler and Bryn Laban, Team White. Cordova, nice. And in Team Blue, we've got Yuri Iflender and Vince Berchtold. So we've got Nicholas Dissler from Austria, Germany. He kind of goes in the wind on what nationality he is. Bryn Laban from Slovenia. Yuri Iflender from Switzerland, and Vince Berchtold from Liechtenstein. Squeezed right there in the middle of Switzerland, Austria, and Germany. Small little enclave of a country. I think that's him there now, is it? I love seeing almost like freestyle tricks come in this. Cordova. I'm really sorry. I do know some of the trick names, but I'm going to blow it tonight because we're back for the first time in a long time. So I'm going to call freestyle tricks right now. That was a Cordova. It looks like we're going to go for the Amber Biranis. I think what we're going to try and do at the next event, bring in the Master of Disaster from FTA, Greg Rowe, to join me as a commentator in this FTA competition format. And thank you very much to Trish for organising all of this as well. So of course we do have a competition between these guys. Team White, Team Blue. That's how we're doing it. So now it's time for the combos. I don't know, actually, the boys were talking about if they were going to get the double bounce in there. I'm not sure if we're going to do it. They surprised me actually during training. Whoa! Looked like, I think was that Yuri? Was getting pretty damn close to flying out of there. Managed to just catch a little bit of net, a little bit of mesh, and stay in. They're actually, when they're trying to get their double bounce, they were touching the ground. And I kind of called it. I didn't think they could do that. I didn't think there would be that much stretch in that trampoline, but apparently there is. Okay, here we go. Team White, Team Blue going at the same time. Oh, hang on. What are you guys doing? Did you forget the bread? You're trying to run in between as the guys are front flipping around, making a little bit of a tunnel. Also, the best part about having the trampoline here, before training really kicks off, guys like Leon Binkerbank probably spent more time out here training on that trampoline than these guys did. So our BMX / mountain bike rider, who last year was kind of trying to call it that he was going to do this year. Maybe we will. Maybe we'll throw Leon in on one of these. So Nicholas Dissler, Bryn Laban, oh no, I've got that completely wrong. That's Yuri and Vince. Double backy to the stomach, to the back. Oh, man. Nice. Nice. And as we lead in to the next part of the show, I'm going to let these guys kind of set themselves up. We will be going into the mountain bike, BMX, and scooter best trick competition. Before we get there, I'm going to let you know the top 5 riders who made it through. Actually, some surprises in here. Alejandro Bonifay, that's not a surprise. Lennox Zimmerman, first time we've ever seen Lennox at Night of the Jumps. He's in the final. Lucas Huppert, no surprises there, but Jerome Hollinger and Tom Pfeiffer will be in for the mountain bike BMX final. All right. Are we going to go in Yuri? What have we got down there? Looks like it's Yuri and Bryn. Looks like it's Yuri and Bryn. Bryn and Vince. Bryn and Vince, sorry. This looks like it's going to be the hard combo. Oh. Going from the synchro freestyle, that was like, wow, that was actually going a bit freestyle right there. It looked like they kind of mixed it up a little bit, but to finish it off, look damn good. This is going to be a tough one. Right, this will be Yuri and Nicholas Dissler. So I blew that one before. I'm sorry about that. I had the names wrong on that one. I had to have a little bit of a binocular moment. So we're going to have a team competition out of this. Who will win the teams? And at the end of the night, there is a best trick winner. Oh! Nicholas! The man who can throw 5 flips in. Looked to me like he had minimum 4. I don't know if we're going to see 5 tonight. I am unsure on that. He's sporting a shiner. He's got a hell of a black eye. Grazes on the side of his face. I can't imagine spinning that fast helps a man who possibly is concussed. I don't think so. If he was, he definitely wouldn't be out there. All right, here we go, Vince. This is the final. This is it. Best trick. One best trick will be the winner tonight in the FTA Freestyle Trampoline Association. Oh my God. Wow. This will be Yuri now, Yuri Flender. First time at Night of the Jumps. Actually, both of those guys, Vince and Yuri, first time here to compete in this FTA competition. Yo! All right, as you can tell, I am not an expert. But just on what I saw, I feel like Vince may be in the lead. Could be completely wrong. So I'm sure I will be told at the end of this broadcast how wrong I am on this one, because I really don't know. I'm out of the loop on the trampoline trick names. Definitely coming into a discipline that I have never been into purely because my ankles won't let me. As I watch them, actually, my back is hurting. I don't think I've got the cartilage left, the discs between the vertebrae to even think about jumping on those trampolines. And I think what we'll try and do is bring Greg Rowe in on the next telecast, which will be from Dresden, Germany. Round 2 of Night of the Jumps, June 14th. We will be there. That will be the big one. That is the 25th anniversary. Night of the Jump started in Riesa, just down the road from Dresden. Tonight is round 1. Dresden will be round 2. And we are inside the Rudolf Habig Stadion. Massive soccer stadium in Dresden. If you're a local, oh, whoa. Nice. Bryn Laban. Completely different style on that one. So if you are at home right now, oh, hey, I know there's actually a lot of people in the crowd with the live stream on. I've had a few comments coming through. If you are somewhere around Dresden, June the 14th, make your way on down to the 25th anniversary show. It will be huge. We've got a far, far, far bigger playground, really, to build ramps, build landings. I'm going to go on a limb and say twice the size of the space we have here, probably bigger, actually. So if you want to go to nightofthejumps.com, grab your tickets. If you're in Germany, I think it's on eventim.de. Nicholas Dissler there, looking for the crowd to get on his side. Because this is it. This is best trick. He's taking his time. Last guy up. This is it. Best trick. Nicholas Dissler. Oh, the crowd is on his side. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Whoa! Is that 12 flips in the space of about 4 seconds? I was talking about him having those big scratches and marks on the side of his face there, on his left eye, and he has just sent 12 flips in the space of about 4 seconds. I'm going to call it. From my point of view, that's a win. Doesn't mean much. I'm not a judge tonight. But that was impressive. Nicholas Dissler finishing off the FTA, Freestyle Trampoline Association competition tonight here in Munich. Like I said, we're going to Dresden next. They will be there. Heck, maybe we got bigger trampolines in Dresden. We got a far bigger playground. It's a football stadium. So we're going to have a lot more ramps, freestyle motocross ramps, going to have bigger mountain bike ramps, probably bigger roll-in, actually. This roll-in tonight, 10 meters high. When we get to Dresden, minimum 12. I'll have a chat to Dan Beard. I'm going to have a chat to Dan Miller and see if it's 12. Maybe we can go higher. Maybe we can go bigger on the trampolines as well. So you're about to find out at the same time as me who will win, Team White or Team Blue. Bryn and Vince, Team Blue. Yuri and Nicholas, Team White. Crowd judge, I'm guessing. If I look up into this crowd, looks like it looks like it's crowd judged. Big old cheer I see and hear. from this crowd, I feel like it's going to be Nicholas Dissler and Yuri. Am I wrong? Am I wrong again? We will find out. Is this like the decibel reading according to Max and Max? I feel like there's no decibel reader out there other than the 4 ears combined with our 2 commentators. What do they reckon? I'm going to listen. One headphone is off, and it looks like, yeah, it's Yuri and Nicholas Dissler for the win. But remember, we do have the best trick winner announced at the end of the night. Who will it be? So there we go. Freestyle Trampoline Association competition run and done. Nicholas Dissler, Yuri Flender, the winners tonight. And let's see what happens when we get to Dresden in 2 months' time. Don't go anywhere, because we're about to get started with the mountain bike and BMX Best Trick Final. I didn't say scooter, because unfortunately, and I don't know who the judges were on this one, unfortunately, I thought Peter Kaska would have made it through on the scooter. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to find out what that name of the trick was. Oh, hey, I'm back again. G'day. I was going to find out what the name was of Peter Kaska's trick he did in the qualification on the scooter. I'm going to call it a heart attack flip. I'm sure there's a completely different name for it. It looked damn awesome to me. So, it was a tough break. Peter's not through, but who is going into this final is Alejandro Bonifay, Dan Miller, who's rolling in now, fronty, no hands. Wait, Dan Miller? His name is not on the list. Hang on. Hold your horses. What is going on? Dan Miller's just snuck into the final. No-handed fronty from Lennox Zimmerman. So has Dan replaced Alejandro Bonifay? Is Alejandro out of action? Because if the next rider is... Well, there we go. We're breaking all the rules. Next rider up, Tom Pfeiffer, double backflip to fronty. Nearly double fronty on the bounce. Tom Pfeiffer stepping it up since 2024. Well, the script is out the window because Alejandro Bonifay's there. Yo! Oh, I almost thought he was going to try bounce on that one. So hang on, who is not in? Or have they just gone from 5 to 6 riders? Who's up now? This is Lucas Huppert. You. Twister. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Lucas Huppert. He is getting so much amplitude compared to everybody else in the height alone on that jump. Dan Miller. So it looks like Jerome Hollinger could not make it into the final. He had qualified for the final. So we'll have to find out what has happened there. Maybe he's injured himself in the meantime or something niggling. Got the better of him, double back. He's throwing a can in the middle as Lennox Zimmerman went long on that one. Tom Pfeiffer now. We've seen a double backy. 1, 2, to fronty. Double backflip to front flip on the bounce. Tom Pfeiffer. That is 3 flips in one jump. Mind you, there was a bounce in the middle. Alejandro Bonifay. Every time this guy jumps, I keep thinking he's going to go for a bounce. That time, I think he just kind of overcooked it. Because we know he can cash roll to bounce fronty. He has done a twister to bounce fronty last year. Front flip. 4,000 bar spins in the middle. Lucas Huppert. And as the guys make their way to the top, 3 jumps each in this best trick final. Have we seen everybody for their first 2? Nobody left. Yeah, so we must be on to our 3rd and final. This is it. All or nothing. Do we have any points to see? Or are we going to find out the points at the end? It's a secret for everybody at this point. No points. No points. I think the judges have fallen asleep. Or Zorro. I love just sitting here and having the ability to rinse anybody. Sorry, Zorro. Our man at the top, putting all the technique together. All right, we're having a little bit of a wait, a little bit of a pause. Maybe they are waiting for points. Okay, I've got ha-ha-ha's coming in my ear. All right. This is where we're at. Where we're at is wondering where the hell Jerome Hollinger is. I hope he is okay. I really do. I hope nothing has happened in the meantime. But let's have a look at the slow motion replay. Dan Miller there with that no-handed front flip. Lennox Zimmerman, whoa, looking. You can see him. He was like fishing. He was on a fishing expedition looking for those handlebars on the front flip. He managed to find him just in a nick of time. Lucas Huppert there with the massive twist, and you can see the difference in the height. Nice stream. Good luck to all my buddies from Sven Harmsen. Thank you very much, Sven, for tuning on in. This is the double to the fronty bounce, and this is the one that he rode away from. Sylvia, wow, absolutely cool stunts. Thank you very much, Sylvia, for joining the chat here on the Night of the Jumps YouTube live stream. I love doing these ones. I hope you guys do too at home. So that was a bit of a slow-mo. I hope the guys are ready. Okay, I think I can see. I can see on the screen. We've got 5 dudes on top, ready to go. Let's get this run and done. Last best trick, ready to go. Hey. Front flip. I was just looking at, there's a guy here in the crowd. He's obviously had a tough day at work. And trying to brighten his day up a little bit. Dan Miller there finishing off his run. Lennox Zimmerman, double, triple! Was that a triple backflip from Lennox Zimmerman? I think that's the first triple backflip we've ever seen. Did I just say 3? It was 3. And he had so much time. That's why I was starting to question myself, because I'm like, yeah, it seemed too easy. Triple backy, and he had so much time in the air. Could have thrown a combo in on that one. Lennox Zimmerman, first time we've ever seen him at Night of the Jumps, bringing a trick we've also never seen here on this ramp, built by Dan Miller. And I think that just about justifies Dan Miller, his decision on the ramps that he brought tonight to continue building the sport over here. So I'd say that's it. That's definitely what we're aiming for. Triple backy. We've seen twisters. Now it's time for Tom Pfeiffer. What's he got? 1, 2, 3! Oh! First time we've ever seen a triple. And Tom Pfeiffer decided, you know what? Lennox, you got one. I'm just going to come on out and stop 1, 2. Andy landed it. Wow. Oh, the boys are pushing it now. That's what I like to see. So good to see Lennox ran straight on over to congratulate Tom. Tom obviously would have known that's probably what he was going for. And 5 seconds earlier, just watched Lennox do the trick that he was about to create history for here at Night of the Jumps. And he'd be like, God damn it, man, you just stole my thunder. Well, I'm just going to have to go and do it anyway. And he did. God damn. That is how you get the show on the road. Alejandro Bonifay, twister, front flip. So close. So close. Bonifay from that twister to bounce fronting. He worked on that all of 2025. He only landed it the first time at the final round in Hanover in about November last year. I could be wrong on the date. I think it was sometime November or December. First time he landed it in competition. Tonight, unfortunately, didn't happen, but here we go. Lucas Huppert. Yep. Whoa. Nope. Ran out of talent halfway around on that front flip. But Lucas Huppert giving some props there to the two new triple flippers at Night of the Jumps, Tom Pfeiffer and Lennox Zimmerman. Opening the floodgates. That was cool. That was a nice little surprise that I don't think, well, I didn't expect it, and I don't know if you guys expected that at home. Maybe you had a bit more inside knowledge than I did. I knew Tom had been working on it. Was he ready to take it to competition? I had no idea Lennox was going for it. Wow. Now the boys are going to line up. I don't know if we're going to get results right now on the best trick competition or if we'll find out later on. This is Dan Miller. Solid effort for a guy who was clearly filling in for Jerome Hollinger, and this was the first triple backy. Lennox Zimmerman. Oh man, perfect, absolutely perfect. Tobias Freigang there, one of our BMX judges, and Tom Pfeiffer rolling in straight after and sending that triple as well. Oh, wow. That was the pedal power competition. We still got Freestyle Motocross coming up. We got top 4 final very shortly. Now, I think this is just going to be like a bit of a thank you, cheers. We'll see you at the ceremony, but maybe they're going to tell us who won. I don't know. Right now, I don't have a script. I'm just watching and waiting and seeing what you guys say. Oh! Do we have points? We've even got points. Oh, no, is that right? That can't be right. Okay. Yeah, right. Gotcha. Understood. Lennox Zimmerman has won. 243 points. Alejandro Bonifay, 237. Dan Miller, 213. Lucas Hooper, 209. And 198 to Tom Pfeiffer. And I'm guessing it's not that I'm guessing anymore. It's all the points gathered from all 3 jumps. So unfortunately for Tom Pfeiffer, who brought the triple flip, he was working his way up at the start of the show, working his way into this one. and I guess he does not even care. He came here to do a triple backflip. Job done, tick the box. Who cares what the points are? That is irrelevant right now. But for Lennox Zimmerman, first time at Night of the Jumps, first triple backflip at Night of the Jumps, and he's taken home his first ever mountain bike best trick trophy. Wow. Here we go for the Freestyle Motocross final coming up in just a moment. We have Davide Rossi, Maikel Melero, Jose Mincha, and Luc Ackermann. What a final. Davide Rossi, the first rider out, qualified in 4th position. Last year finishing the season in 2nd place. Tonight qualified in 4th, and he is up against 2 world champions in Melero and Luc Ackermann. He's up against Jose Mincha, who has just beaten Luc and Maikel in the last 2 competitions. Mincha beat Luc at X-Nights in Costa Rica 2 weeks ago. Last weekend he beat Maikel Melero in the Spanish Championship. And Davide Rossi's got to go up against all of them. Here we go, first jump of the final no-handed front flip. Looked like a little bit of a slow rotation on that one. They pulled it around. Time for the next gen, Deadbody, starting out the run in the final with, I think, the same tricks as the quali. Could be wrong, but I think they were the same 2 tricks. Nice, KOD, tsunami backflip. More extension on that than we saw in the first run. 4th jump now on the 8 meter, nice cliffhanger backflip. So it looks like Davide is going with the idea of those first 6 tricks were pretty good. Gonna do them again. Stripper backflip. Again, just missing that final piece of the puzzle to get the full extension, but still a stripper backflip that no one else is doing. One hand to rock solid. So that is the first, that's the qualifying run already. He's got 2 more jumps. 40 seconds, he's got plenty of time up his sleeve. Oh, C-grab Indy backflip. Now we get to see something new from Davide Rossi in this final. I guess he figured if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. Heel click it, an Indy flip. Still 22 seconds on the clock. He is getting around this course so fast. Could have easily got 2 more jumps in, easily. Maybe 3. If that was Peter Pillart, probably 4. If it was Travis Pastrana, maybe 5. But Davide Rossi deciding he just wants his 8 jumps, did them perfect. You know what, I'm happy with that. I'm gonna get ready for the double up. We saw the one-handed Nac front flip before. Can he go, will he go for the same trick? If he does, can he improve on it? Or do we see something new? Here we go, double up, double the points. Davide Rossi, one-handed Nac front flip. From where I'm sitting, that looks better. That looked better. We'll check that one out in the slow-mo in just a few seconds after he climbs to the top of Mount Everest there on this big airbag. Davide Rossi pumped with that run. And this Munich crowd well and truly behind the Tuscan. Solid effort. Sven Harmsen, go Davide. Absolutely right. That was a very good run from Davide. Clean run. Finished it off with a one-handed Nac front flip. A trick, again, I don't think I'd seen before. Certainly not a Night of the Jumps. I don't even know if it's been done before. Sylvia, unbelievable. And this is how he started his run. No-handed front flip, slow rotation. Still enough rotation to make that front flip work. Dead body. So 2 bar tricks there with a stripper backflip. That'll come up shortly. Dead body in the run. Tsunami backflip. Cliffy flip. Big extension on the Cliffy flip. This is the stripper. Oh, almost there actually. Maybe I'm just in the wrong position. One hand rock solid. Floating above the bike, not even holding on. Who needs to hold on to their 100 kilo dirt bike as it flies through the air? Not Davide Rossi. Heel clicker to Indy. I think you may have even got a click on that. Something we also don't see from a lot of riders these days. An actual heel clicker flip. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm calling it out. If you're going to do a heel clicker flip, you got to click the heels. Yeah, I can talk tough when I'm not riding. I couldn't really click it. It was hard. So I think, what was that? 200. Can somebody give me the score again? I missed that. I think it was 246 to Davide Rossi. Did you guys see that? I was sitting here just carrying on like a pork chop. 246, I believe, for Davide Rossi. No, I don't have a total on my chart. What I can tell you is Judge 1 went 81 points, Judge 2, 88, Judge 3, 87, and Judge 4, 78. There's a bit of variety there. So the judges within 10 points of it, actually, yeah, within 10 points of each other. Now, that doesn't matter if they kind of stay consistent. Like, if one judge is consistently high, yep, no worries. If one's consistently low, no problems. Hey, it actually doesn't matter if they think the runs are completely different. That's why you got judges. Otherwise, the guys that give us a blow. Oh, California roll from Maikel Melero. First body varial of the season. Flip, levers up. Nac front flip on the return. What was I going to say? Yeah, if we didn't have judges, they might as well just give us a bar pad with the tricks they want to do. That's why we got judges. Everyone loves something different. Huge ruler flip from Melero. Oh. His riding partner is in front. No-handed front flip. Jose Mincha was 10 points ahead of Melero. So he's coming out now, all guns blazing. Can Maikel Melero with the cliffhanger backflip and a lot more variety in his run? Will he stave off this youngster Jose Mincha? Oh, fronty, Indy. Tricks that we had never seen at Night of the Jumps before are now coming out thick and fast. Cordova to Superman backflip. Nice combo, 7 jumps down out of 8, 20 seconds on the clock. Melero a little bit slower than Davide Rossi. Ooh. Underflip, whip flip, or 360. From my angle, that was a whip flip. But you need to be in the right place to see exactly how he takes off, how it rotates in the air. But I actually, for that ramp, I am probably in the worst position. So we'll have to check that out on the slow motion replay, how that played out. Did he lean over the left-hand shoulder and go into a 3? We'll find out shortly. Superman front flip as the double up from Melero. Another trick I don't think we've ever seen at Night of the Jumps before. Thrown in different variations. Superman front flip. Maikel Melero on that gas 450. 5-time world champion making his return to Night of the Jumps. It's been a little bit of a while since we've seen Melero at Night of the Jumps. This is the double up. Superman front flip. He squeezed out that Superman. Vamos, Melero. Vamos. Maikel Melero put together a solid run, a lot of variety. He started with his California roll. Fist pumping halfway through it. He knew he had it. Nice Nac front flip. So the only rider so far tonight to throw a body varial. Oh, how cool was that ruler flip? His body just swayed from one side to the other like an old clock. Oh, that was actually interesting to see from that camera angle. As he pulled, obviously hard as hell, and his body just went from right to left, brought it on in. Cordova to Superman backflip. Oh, that may be a 360. Can somebody please give me another slow motion replay on that last jump, on that? Was it a whip flip? Was it a 360 or was it an underflip? Oh, I wasn't prepared for that clip actually you know what? Let's check this after the show. Let's check this out later on in slow-mo. Maybe we might try and do a quick video on that at the end of this competition. Check it out maybe on Instagram or TikTok. We will find out. So right now, Davide Rossi is sitting on the hot seat. The first rider, he's already sat up. I think he already knows that it is time for Maikel Melero to take the hot seat with 262 points. Melero has spent many years on the top of that hot seat. Can he stay there tonight for the rest of the runs? Will he stay there after Jose Mincha? Will Mincha knock him off? Heck, if he stays there after that, Luc Ackermann, as I said before, he did a double backflip when his handlebars had rolled all the way forward. So clearly Luc wasn't too concerned. He knew he could do the run that he needed to do. He doesn't care. Luc's here to win. That's what he did. At least he wasn't qualifying. That's not the end of the story. But right now, riding also for Resi FMX with Maikel Melero. Also living down there in Siles, Spain. Jose Mincha. Qualified in second position, 10 points above Melero. But this is a whole new competition now. We're in the final. 2 extra jumps. Will he come with something new? Nac-Nac front flip. Wow. Perfect extension. Now, if I'm going to go trick for trick, that was better extension than Melero on the Nac fronting. Lazy boy flip. Whoa, nice. Lazy flip and enough time to look at the crowd as he's upside down, fully back and helmet on the seat and rear fender. Whoa! KOD front flip. So Maikel Melero came with a Superman front flip. Jose Mincha, KOD front flip, up in the ante, massive cliffhanger backflip. Almost looking as good as Pat Bowden on that cliffy flip. Arching his back, looking down. Huge suicide no hand fronting. That is massive. And I know you can say at home it's only a no-hander, but that is so much bigger. Heart attack backflip, so much bigger than a simple no-handed front flip. Simple as that. You can try and argue, but you're not going to win, I don't think, on that one. He was locked and loaded, recliner. Front flip Cordova. Front flip Cordova. Perfect from Mincha. 20 seconds on the clock. One more trick. Is he going to get this one more trick in? Or is he going to think too much about it? Man, you better go. Okay. We're in. Oh! Oh, California roll no-hander from Mincha. That was massive. Nice style. Clean as a whistle. Sharp as a thistle. Best in Munich right now. So was that the end of his run? Or is he still going to go for the double? He's still going for the double up. I was starting to think he didn't, like he missed the trick. This is it. Double up, front flip, C-grab, Indy. What? Are you kidding me? Front flip, C-grab, Indy from Jose Mincha. I was starting to think that the Cali roll was his double up and maybe he missed the trick in the middle of his run. Oh no, Jose had that sorted. Mincha under control. Steve, shut the hell up on the commentary. You don't know what the hell's going on. Mincha numero uno. Jillian Walter. Wow. What a run from Mincha. Let's look at this in the slow-mo. Front flip, C-grab Indy, and looking through. First time we've ever seen that at Night of the Jumps. Mincha Grande. Oh my. This is how he started the run. Front flip, Nac-Nac, perfect. Absolutely perfect landing, full Nac over the bike. Lazy boy flip, looking at the judges halfway through on that lazy, and that was a perfect lazy. Tsunami front flip. First time we've seen it that big at Night of the Jumps. Cliffy flip, perfect. Arch the back, looking for the landing. Only a couple of riders in the world going that big. Suicide, no-handed front flip. Otherwise, I'm going to call this a recliner front flip. That's what it was like. Heart attack flip. Carry heart attack, in a backflip. Two tricks invented by the man. Cordova front flip, perfect. And this was the Cali roll. I didn't expect that. To a no-hander. And then he rolled around. After that, into the double up, the front flip, C-grab Indy. Oh. I mean, this has to be. This has to be. And it is enough for Jose Mincha to take the hot seat again. So right now, Mincha sitting in first. He is guaranteed minimum second. He finished at his first ever round last year in Hanover in second position. Luc Ackermann was the only man to beat him. Can Luc Ackermann, after seeing that, can he beat Mincha right now? 279 points. That's the goal. That's what we're aiming for. Luc Ackermann, the hometown hero. Three-time world champion. Three-time world champion. Can Luc get the job done tonight here in Munich? First round of the 25th year anniversary of Night of the Jumps. At one point in time, Luc Ackermann was the youngest ever rider to do a backflip. He has got so many world records to his name, or firsts that have ever been done. Simply a beast. An animal on a dirt bike. More power, I think, than I've seen from any other rider since Jake the Jailer in about 2001. Nobody else can throw a bike around like Luc Ackermann. And yes, if you're an old guy right now and you just heard me say Jake the Jailer, give yourself a pat on the back for being that old to know who that is. Here we go, first jump. from Luc. Massive ruler flip. Opening his final account same way he started. His quali run into the next gen ramp. Holy grab to rock solid. Holy grab, rock solid. Stepping it up. Going big. Max, my MC, right beside me, calling it as well. Front flip, no-hander. Max just turned around. He's even wearing a Showtime FMX shirt from Australia. We're like, where did you get that from? Max just looked at me. He's like, man, this is going to be big. 360. Ooh. Luc didn't stall that one out. He didn't stall that out. I wonder if he was thinking of a combo. C-grab Indy backflip. I wonder if he was thinking of a 360 combo on that. I don't think I've ever seen him do a 3-0 in the last 3 years that he didn't stall out, unless he was going for something big. Heel clicker, KOD backflip. That is what caused the problem in the quali run. This time, perfect. Handlebars, hopefully in the right position, unlike the last double flip he went for. Cliffhanger, straight up and down. A little salute on the way out. 30 seconds on the clock. If he wants to, he could grab a few extra jumps. Front flip! Next gen! Oh! First ever front flip on the next gen at Night of the Jumps. Regular ramp, no cheater ramp. And this is for fun now with the Superman. First ever regular front flip. No cheater ramp, no rocker ramp, no fronty ramp, whatever you want to call it. That was just a regular ramp, and only a handful of riders in the world can do it. Let's have a look. Luc Ackermann, Jackson Strong, Rob Adelberg, Tom Pages, Harry Bink. Double backflip to finish it off in the double up. Oh, Mincha came with all these new tricks. And Luc Ackermann has just said, right, you have only done a front flip on the return on that ramp, on the fronty ramp. We need to split this. We need to show a front flip on the front flip ramp, the rocker ramp, and now we're going to show it on a real ramp. This is the double backflip, double up, Luc Ackermann, first round of 2025. Perfect double flip. And to do that with the adrenaline of landing the first ever next gen fronty at Night of the Jumps is beyond me. This is how he started the run. Massive ruler flip. Fingers crossed for Luc Ackermann, me too. Holy grab, threw the rock solid in for good measure. Definitely stepping up his C-grab game. Now this was the no-hand front flip from the front flip ramp. That's got the rocker on it, 360. Didn't stall it out. I wonder if he was just thinking about this next-gen front flip the whole time. I bet he was. C-grab Indy backflip, perfect. Heel clicker, he didn't get the click. Long way from it, but a KOD out of it. Regular cliffhanger. First one I think we've seen tonight. And this was it. The first next-gen front flip. There was no mechanism making that happen. This was all body weight, back and front brakes, and just holding on and hoping it worked. And for Luc tonight, it worked. I am glad I'm not a judge. I think I know what I would give. I don't know what the points I would give are. I think I know what result I would give. But what do you guys think at home? For you at home, is it a bunch of new tricks that Mincha came with? The excitement, style, or is it Luc Ackermann coming with a trick that's just so freaking gnarly, a front flip, a regular front flip from a regular ramp. And the next gen's not a regular ramp, that's like new, it's built. That's Levi Sherwood just going crazy like he normally does, building weird and wacky things. He came up with that next gen ramp to go bigger, to go better. Double flips, front flips, anything is almost possible on that ramp. Luc Ackermann front flipped that regular ramp, no mechanism, and it was on a next gen. And actually, to give a bit more context, the run up for that next gen ramp, pretty tight. I noticed in training he was like swinging wide to get as much speed as possible. But here we go, who's it going to be? Mincha or Luc Ackermann? Oh! That is 283 points. Luc Ackermann has won by 4 points. And to give you context, we have 4 judges. So that means basically Luc won by 1 single point from each of the 4 judges. There you go. So close. Luc Ackermann, 283 points, the winner, the first round of competition here for Night of the Jumps in 2025, the 25th anniversary. He's locked that one up. Jose Mincha, second position. 2 times Mincha has been at Night of the Jumps. 2 times he's walking away with a second position. Maikel Melero, gallant effort to finish in 3rd position, and Davide Rossi starting out his season in 4th position. But hang on, whoa. Let's slow this down. I can see in my screen, I don't know what you can see there at home, in my screen, Libor Podmol's got a helmet on, Paul Manesse's got a helmet on, Zapsa's there, Matej Cesak's there. I guess we're going to go encore. Are we going encore? Is that what we're doing right now? I guess we are. I guess that's what we're going to do. Oh, wow. That was Luc clearing out the cobwebs on that 450 as he rolled past me. Taking the first win of the season, and it looks like we're going to have one last encore with all the FMX boys lining up at the end for a big old train. Wow. That was one hell of a competition. I'm just looking into this crowd and their jaws are on the ground as much as mine is. Here we go, Libor Podmol, Paul Manesse, Mikolej, Tempka, Matej Cesak, Alex Buchholz, Davide Rossi, Luc Ackermann, and Maikel Melero. Lazy Boy, Heel Clicker, 9 o'clock, Superman, and a nice Supercan Indy. Mincha joining in with Lucas Hoop and Alejandro Bonifay, Leon Binkerbank, Jimmy Brun, Peter Kaska on the mountain bike, BMX and scooter, Bryn Levin, Nicholas Disler, Yuri Iflanda, and Vince Berchtold. Thank you very much for throwing down. Oh, we've still got more. Bart Kotkovsky on the scooter to finish off with Lennox Zimmerman, Tom Pfeiffer, Jerome Hollinger, and Tobias Freigang. I didn't even realize Tobias Freigang joined in. He was the judge, and he's jumped in for the final bomb. Yeah, Zapsa. Matej Cesak as he rolls past me here. Oh yeah, I'm on screen. Oh, Davide Rossi, the boy. Davide Rossi, you legend.
Yeah, I'm so happy for tonight, but the level, crazy. crazy. Look.
Almost looked like I was trying to go in for a kiss then. My microphone got stuck in the helmet. Nice. There you go. That was getting up close and personal with Davide Rossi. Wow. To my man who's walking behind me right now, Kurt Vink. Also a huge shout out to that man who has made my life a lot easier with the big airbags this weekend. I was out of action. Kurt had to do it all. So I want to actually, while I say that, I'm going to give a huge shout out to the crew in the background. They don't get enough props, as they should, for putting these shows on each and every time, whether it's Night of the Jumps or any other event around the world. Massive shout out to security, the builders, the camera guys who are coming in behind me, the guys in the technical department who I've already been kind of putting some shit on already tonight. This show wouldn't happen without a crew of about 200 people collectively in the end to make it all happen. So a huge shout out to them. There goes the video guy. I guess he wanted to get in on the shot. So a massive shout out to all of the people who put these shows together. Also, I'm going to give a massive shout out to you guys at home, watching on YouTube, whether you're at home, whether you're at another show like Philip Podmol is. So good to have you guys joining in on the YouTube live stream with the chat. I love seeing the chat coming through. Hopefully we get more of that. Hopefully that happens a lot more as well in the future. To the crowd here in Munich, Dresden, Krakow coming up, Budapest, Dusseldorf, Hamburg, and Stockholm, Sweden. Those are the rest of the stops this year. To all the crowds who come out each and every time, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys loving the action. And tonight you saw something incredible. Oh, and we've already got the first of the ceremonies. That is Nicholas Dissler there, winning the best trick for the Freestyle Trampoline Association, FTA best trick. And I'm guessing that is with the 12 flips in about 4 seconds. 4.3 seconds? No, I don't know. I didn't have a stopwatch, but damn. That was impressive. So there you go, Nicholas Dissler, the first best trick winner for FTA here at Night of the Jumps in 2025. Then we're going to get stuck into the mountain bike, BMX, and scooter results. Now, I think we've already had the results. See, this is what happens. This is what happens when I'm talking. I'm just going for it. I don't even remember what just happened about 20 minutes ago. So I think we've already had the results, but we're going to make it official. We've got a podium. They're going to jump up on top of that Red Bull podium for the mountain bike and BMX. Unfortunately, Peter Kaska or Bart Kokovsky didn't make it into the final tonight on the scooter. The only two scooter riders we had this time. So it was mountain bike and BMX in that final. Another part of it, actually, what I love is kind of throwing them all in together to see how they all go against each other. Three different disciplines going head to head. So Lennox Zimmerman standing on top of the podium with Alejandro Bonifay. Time for that Champagne Supernova. Lennox Zimmerman, first time ever at Night of the Jumps. He landed the first triple backflip we've seen at Night of the Jumps, and he takes away his first win at Night of the Jumps. That's a good start when you're 17 years old and you got a Red Bull helmet. And he just changed over from BMX to mountain bike. Thank you very much, Sven. Thank you very much for your message. We will see you again as well, I hope, at the next Night of the Jumps YouTube live stream, or maybe we're near a city near you. Right now, in third position in Freestyle Motocross, Maikel Melero riding for Resi FMX. Also Resi FMX, Jose Mincha bringing those new tricks. KOD front flip. Cordova front flip. And the seat grab Indy front flip. Also landing his first California roll in competition at Night of the Jumps. Jose Mincha, keep your eyes on this kid. But right now, tonight, round number 1 in the Bavarian capital. It's the local German, 3-time world champion, Luc Ackermann, for the win. Landing the first ever next-gen front flip, the real front flip, here at Night of the Jumps. With the national anthem playing in the background. This is a proud German crowd right now, with their German winner standing on top of the podium. Very well deserved. What a competition. Everybody stepped it up. Everybody stepped it up this year to open the first round. There you have it. Your first round winner. Now it's on. The shots have been fired. Zapsa, oh, here we go. This is in Polish. Oh, what are you doing to me? Zapsa, Pozdrovnia Zitstie. I don't know. Piona wielki zaczyn dla ciebie. Who's put that up? Thank you to the Technic guys to try and see if I would even pronounce the Polish. I'm really sorry if I butchered your language. I've only learned a few Polish words. Dzień dobry, jak się masz? Dziękuję. Dziękuję, Zapsa. Thank you very much to Zapsa for coming out, and dziękuję to all of our Polish fans for tuning in and watching this show. Bloody tough when you're throwing in full Polish sentences like that and I'm trying to attack it. Woo-hoo. Yeah, I think I might need to go back and do a little bit of homework. And there's the family photo from the first round of competition. Now, we're just about to split. I'm about to jump off of here. I will run over and get the first interviews. But before I do, remember, head on over to Instagram and TikTok, because in the next couple of days I want to talk about some of the results here. Then we've got tickets for the next shows. Dresden, June the 14th. Then we're going to Krakow, Poland. Budapest. We'll be in Budapest for the first time, I think, in a long time, in Hungary. Dusseldorf, Germany. Hamburg, Germany. And Stockholm, Sweden. So jump on over to nightofthejumps.com. Grab yourself a ticket if you want to go for a holiday. Check out those places. If you don't have time, we'll be back here on the Night of the Jumps YouTube channel for the live stream, of course, every single time. Brand new merch as well. Hey, even got my merch here. Dan Miller had no idea. We threw him on a t-shirt, and actually I'm digging it. Don't normally walk around with a t-shirt with a mountain bike rider on it, but might just do it a little bit more. So thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you guys at home enjoyed this first round of competition. I'm going to run over, get the interviews. Don't go anywhere. See you in about a minute or two. Luc Ackermann, first round of 2025, the 25th anniversary year of Night of the Jumps. And you just brought something new that we've never seen here at Night of the Jumps, and it's the real front flip. I know we both have probably the same view on this trick. Tell me, how did it feel to do that just now, tonight?
So last year at the end of the season, I promised to bring something new, and that was the front flip. I started about a week ago to learn it again, and it took me some freaking nerves. I had some gnarly crashes on the start of the week in the foam pit, but I just wanted to bring the new trick because I kind of want to get rid of the cheater ramp. And yeah, it's a real front flip. To me, a real front flip is like pretty much the gnarliest trick you can do on a motorcycle. To perform this tonight was crazy for me because in doing all this stuff in a run is just insane. But all in all, it worked out. I think the run was pretty clean. The front flip was a bit undercooked, but I'm just so stoked to land it. And yeah, next time I'm gonna send it for sure again.
Man, talking about the front flip, what I noticed in training, obviously I couldn't see it too much in the show just now, but you had a really tight run up for that, so it wasn't even ideal circumstances.
No, not for sure not, because at home I'm having a huge in run to get the speed. Right here it's super tight. You got like 20 meters of run up, and you just need to fully pin it to even barely make the jump, and to do then or to perform then a front flip is like it's insane. Like it's insane hard because you need to come up so fast into the ramp. But yeah, I somehow did it. I got it around. I did some in practice this morning. I felt great. The crowd was amazing, and I just want to step it up even further.
That was unbelievable. Now let's have a quick chat just about your competitors. You're up against the man you battled with for like 8 years on the World Championship against Maikel Melero. He has 5 World Championship titles. You've got 3 now. Melero's in the final. Then the protege from Melero, Jose Mincha's there. When you saw Mincha come out with these new other front flip combos off the front flip cheater ramp, does that spur you into action, but also like, are you also pumped to see different tricks as well?
Yeah, for sure. It's yeah, you're kind of pumped, but as I said, I'm kind of over the cheater ramp. I don't really want to use it anymore, but if these guys are using it, I'm gonna step it up as well. And next time you're gonna see me doing some other stuff on this ramp as well. And for sure, I'm gonna stick to the real front flips because cheater, they suck.
Oh, well, you basically said what I was thinking. Anyway, no, I love it. I love to see different ramps. But actually what it does do is it shows the difference. Because as I was saying during the telecast, I think there's only 5 guys who have definitely done a next-gen front flip. And you're one of those 5. Jacko Strong, Rob Adelberg, Harry, Tom Pages, and yourself. Yeah. I can't think of anybody else.
Yeah, you know, like right now there are 2 people on the planet who are doing a real front flip, and I'm the 3rd one right now. Harry's not really riding a lot. I don't know if he still does them, but it's a freaking gnarly trick. It's even more gnarly than a double flip because it takes so much technique and so much timing and everything. So it is one of the gnarliest things, and I'm glad that I can show it to this crowd in front of this amazing crowd, and I'm super pumped. I just want to keep going and throw down in this season. I want to show big tricks, and that's what I'm going to do next time for sure.
Thank you very much, man. Congratulations. Well deserved.
Gefühl, zusammen mit der ganzen Welt zu laufen, schafft eine Atmosphäre, die mit Worten nicht zu beschreiben ist. Gemeinsam für den guten Zweck, um Querschnittslähmung heilbar zu machen. Sei dabei, ob in München mit Tausenden oder von überall mit der App.
Let's go!
Der Wings for Life World Run am 4. Mai 2025. Wir laufen für alle, die es nicht können. Jetzt anmelden. wingsforlifeworldrun.com.
For 25 years, Night of the Jumps dominated arenas worldwide, and it's not just a competition, it's a battleground. The best freestyle motocross riders on the planet come together to push the limits of gravity. Dreams become reality, legends made and broken, and new talents rising. Get your tickets now and feel the adrenaline live at nightofthejumps.com/tickets.